Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're here to play Expeditions, the sequel to Scythe. Again, this time 2-player, not solo. If you're looking for the solo playthrough of this game and want to know how that works, and if I care to play it at all, and I had fun or not, I'm not going to tell you. You have to watch my video. FOMO. Clickbait. I'm just kidding. It's down in the playlist though if you want to see that one where I play the game, teach the game, and we talk about the game after. So if you want to see that, join that. If you want to see the mechs painted to be table ready, to probably look better than your ironclad copy that you own that weighs 1,000 pounds, there's also a video in the playlist down below of Mel painting the minis using Army Painter metallic speed paints.
Yes.
If you're interested.
We painted all of them in the one stream, so check that out.
Oh, I tricked Scythe. He's got a click. Yes, we got him.
We did it.
Tricked him.
We did it.
He fell for it.
Jacko was in my stream yesterday trying to get the information on how heat went, and I was like, sorry, I'm not giving that information to you. You gotta go check it out.
You think you can shortcut life and not have to sit through and suffer through our streams all the way for that one little nugget of information you want? You think I'm going to cut it all out for you and you get to skip all the streams? No, not happen. You must suffer like everybody else and watch all of it. Or else we don't make enough money to even do this. All right? That's how we got to roll. But thank you for the support of these people that we can tell you that, yeah, I had fun playing this game solo and I don't care. And I appreciate you watching even a minute of anything. You don't have to suffer through everything. I don't care. But yeah, some things I like to keep in streams for those who actually are there and hang out and add to the actual fun of the stream, that they get treated to sometimes little things at the end of streams that other people never will ever see because they don't stick around to the end or they don't scrub to the end or whatever, and they just don't care to watch after the game's over. I like to leave that stuff there. So, yeah.
I do want to say thank you so much for the support. There's a lot of dice in the chat today.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. So with that, the support of these people are the reason we're playing this today. We are paid by them, not by the publisher. This game we purchased from our local game store. Full disclosure, we just purchased this to play it. I was interested. Scythe is one of my favorite games of all time. I do like competitive board games. I like engine building games. I like worker placement games and stuff. And yeah, that kind of had it all for me. And it's a game I have many great memories playing with some of our gamer groups that play off stream or on stream in the past. I have many streams of Scythe on the channel, us playing it back in the early days, the before times. Yeah. But yeah, so when a new game comes out with the same IP on it, I have to check it out. Do I think it'll be great? No, I didn't think it'd be good. I thought it'd be kind of like a cash grab with the IP, just slap the IP on some generic engine building game, some generic Euro, and call it a Scythe game and try to get people to buy it. Like Terraforming Mars, a dice game, you know, like a crappy game, throw Terraforming Mars on it, hope everyone buys it, you know. But it's like half that. It's half that. But I do have fun with it. I like the engine building in it. I love the art. Obviously, I love the theme. So I might be blinded by that a little bit. But this is obviously, I don't know if it, come back in like 3 years, we're going to make jokes that it should be called like Scythe expansions, because it feels like a base game that's just waiting for expansions that are probably were already designed and planned in mind, and they're being worked on right now, assuming this game even sells well. But yeah, so it's bordering on multiplayer solitaire, I feel, but it has enough tension where you're racing to be the first to kind of get the victory points, like some Euro-y kind of games, that there's some competition to it, but it's not like Scythe where you can wreck another player's day and that tension's there. It's kind of missing that tension, and I have a feeling like some expansions might add to that, or maybe it's trying to not do that because maybe that was something that people didn't like in Scythe. I don't know, but that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. But we're going to play it today multiplayer, and you're going to see us play it. We'll get Mel's thoughts on it later after her second playthrough only. And I've only played it multiplayer one time.
Yeah, we played once off
stream.
Yeah,
we played once off stream earlier in the week to kind of learn it. I played it solo twice now. Once on stream, once off stream to learn it. So just understand we're not like pros with it. I'm not here to show you the best strategies. Don't come here trying to compare your scores to our scores, okay? We're not thinking we're better than you. You can play as much as you want, come great at the game, destroy the game, find out all the loopholes you want and destroy it, but we're not here to do that. We're just here to have fun, show you the game, mess around, and we'll see how it goes and try to avoid the couch. But again, it's not that type of game where I don't think I can really Like, you can't really ruin the other, like, yeah, oh, I might go on a spot. You might want to go to that turn, but you could just go to it next turn kind of thing. Like,
unless you stay on it one more turn.
Yeah, but
so like that's the worst that can happen, really.
But yeah, so even then, so who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways. But yeah, we'll see. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining live. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Matthew says, every time Rob has played this, I was working. So I'm glad to see this all the way through live. Welcome.
Awesome. Awesome.
Welcome. Thank you for joining, Matthew. I hope Rob explains what is going on because this is the first time I'm seeing this. Yeah, I was thinking I'm going to go over a quick overview, but I'm not going to teach this game from beginning to end. There is an official playthrough that was paid for by the publisher over on the Watch It Played that I used to watch to help make sure I understood it fully. It's very well done, of course. Fellow Canadian Rodney, you know, obviously is Canadian. It's great stuff. Just kidding. But yeah, so there's an official playthrough. You can search how to play expeditions, and it's like maybe 20 something, 30 minutes. That'll give you front to back. So you could, if you want to know every little nook and cranny, you either go watch that, come back, or pause the video if you're watching later, or I'll give you my quick overview. And then as we play, I'll explain some things and you'll kind of pick it up as we play through it with examples, you know, as we go through a full playthrough. But I'm not going to teach every single little thing before we get started today. I'm just going to give a quick overview and we'll get right into it. That's the plan. So if you want the full detailed rules, I mean, Rodney doesn't even always do the full detailed rules. He kind of teaches what's minimal because that's what he's paid to do. And then the rest you can discover on your own kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think I think you'll get the gist of it as we're playing through it and we're saying what we're doing. So
yeah, it's not that crazy.
No.
It's a little weird at first, but once you go through it once, it like clicks. Like this is one of those games where like you read the rule book and you're like, what? And then you're like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to buy. So just play the game, like work your way through it or watch a playthrough of it. And then it'll like click and you're like, oh.
That's exactly what happened.
But I can give you a cheating answer. What you do in most of these Euro games, if you're not sure about the rules, what I recommend after you read the rule book, even if you're like a little daunted about your first turn or your first playthrough, you can really emphasize or reinforce your rules understanding. Like if there's variable player powers, so if you have characters or factions, their abilities will always break a base rule in the game or multiple base rules in the game. So in this game, you have your mech and your character and your companion. They all might break a rule or really focus on a rule and buff it up, right? So if you kind of look at those in Euro games over whatever, 10, 12 years, whatever we've been playing the games here, I've kind of learned that over time is like, that's a good thing when they do that in games where like you have variable player powers or asymmetric factions. And then once you realize, sit down and read each faction, even before you play, if you're only playing one faction, you'll kind of understand like, wait, this faction kind of breaks that main mechanic or is focused on this thing. It's like, okay, that is one of the important mechanics in the game I need to understand. And the fact that they break it means I now can understand the not broken version of the rule and it like reinforces that understanding. That's what I've learned to kind of do. So just like read through after maybe your first playthrough, just read through them all and you'll kind of understand like the game better. If that makes sense, I don't know, but you'll also understand the important stuff. So in this game, you'll realize almost all the characters will gain you workers and help you solve quests. So then you're like, maybe that's important part of the game. So make sure you fully understand that. So getting workers and solving quests, and they give you a card at the start of the game to make sure you have a way to do that. Probably pretty important. And maybe it's something okay to focus on getting going in an engine building game. And your companions in this will help you vanquish. Maybe I need to understand vanquishing, but you can't really do it at the beginning of the game, but you need to do it at some point probably to help you win. And then your mechs each break a rule. They all have a variable power on them that will help you kind of focus on a different rule. So that could help direct your strategy. So that could help you in your first game, make it click a little earlier is what I'm trying to say. But I still think just play this game once through, even if everyone at the table has no idea what they're doing. But that second game, once everyone knows what they're doing, it's like, then the competition starts, then the engine building starts, then the focus, the efficiencies, then the game, like, you know, 8 turns into the game, you're like, you do some action, then it makes another action happen, and another action happen, and you gain this resource, you gain that resource, and it feels so good when your engine gets going. But at the beginning of the game, you're like, my turn kind of sucks. I played this, but I didn't have a worker to put on the card, so I didn't get to do this. It's like, doesn't feel rewarding. But when you build up to that efficient engine, where you're maximizing your turns. That's the hook of these Euro-y engine building games. And yeah, so that's what I recommend based on the learning discussion there.
I definitely agree with you though, because we played this off stream to learn. And then right after it ended, I went, I see how this game works now. Because for the first, like, I would say 4 or 5 turns, maybe I was doing things that were inefficient for the whole game. And then after I was like, I shouldn't have done it in that order. I now see how I should have done things. Yeah,
because then you can work backwards. Now you've seen the full journey. You're kind of like, oh, this is the picture I want in the end. So work backwards and kind of like, okay.
Yeah, so even if you lose the first game, you just get some knowledge on kind of how, as Rob said, you build those combos.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So here's where Expeditions is sitting, 7.8 on BoardGameGeek.com, 727 ranked overall, which is kind of nutty that it's in the top like 1,000 already.
And this just came out like summer-ish or like September?
Yeah, summer for like the early pre-order crazies that would go on this website and try to help Stonemaier Games look better and sell more copies because they're rabid fans. But the regular public, as they buy and play it, we'll see how this kind of give it a year and see how it shakes out. But yeah, for now, it's like the people who bought it early or got it first day or pre-ordered it directly from publisher. Those are people who have actually got it to the table maybe and have played it a few times and then gone and rated it. So there's where it's sitting. So it's pretty well rated, but like, again, I wouldn't go based off the crazy fans for Stonemaier games. It's like the Cephalofair stuff, right? Like they have these fans that like, no matter how garbage some decision is in the game, they will still just go rate it great because they want the publisher to succeed. And they're like part of a subscription service, you know, and they're so invested. So be careful with that kind of stuff. With certain publishers, they have their fans that they literally can send an email to a mail list and their fans will go on this website and like upvote a game. And it's very easy to tweak numbers on this site and make your game look better than it is. Or it's also the opposite where like if people are pissed at a publisher or hate something that the publisher or designer did, they can go on here and like 100 people can tank a game. Like it's that easy to sway the needle on this website. So just keep that in mind. Don't take these numbers too serious. But I like the weight number because people are willing to put that in, and the best player count. Like I like that people can rate that stuff. It's good information to know. Or the age range, even though a game might tell you it's like 14 plus, that's just because they have to do that to save money on, you know, trying to certify a game, whether it's okay for children. They have to pay extra to go through certain certifications. So obviously the 12-year-old could figure this game out and play it, and the community is saying that. So just it's good information here. But I like to just see how a game's kind of doing very quickly to see if there's some hype. But again, you could probably wait a year and see if it sticks in that number range or goes really up or just kind of goes down. Who knows, right?
Yeah, because when something jumps like this, it kind of makes you think, right? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, but it's interesting. Like, I was surprised. I thought it would do way worse. I thought it would not be in the 700s because it's got the Scythe name, but it's like going to be compared to Scythe, which has a crazy amount of people love that game, I'm sure.
Which is in the top, right? I think like top 25,
so.
I would say.
I want to know now.
I don't know. Maybe top 50 it would be my guess.
Let's see. Can we look at the Scythe family or something?
17.
Oh, it's actually ranked higher than My Little Scythe. So automatically it's a must buy.
Wow.
Because My Little Scythe is amazing.
Yeah, that was fun.
I freaking love that game. I'm only half joking.
We should play that.
I do. I know. There's many games we could play, Mel, that are like have some fun.
No, but with
yes, 100%. She's old enough now to play that.
Yeah,
yes,
we should.
Yeah. And mommy and daddy, her parents are so cutthroat in Scythe that they would like probably find a way to go at each other.
Yeah.
If you think Mel and I playing competitively leads to couches and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have her brother, like my brother-in-law, like
my brother and his wife.
They are like
they're worse, I would say.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse. Like I'm surprised they're not divorced with some of the games.
They don't talk for like a week after.
Yeah, with some of the games I bring over there that are competitive, no matter if it's a teaching game, these two, they're so fun. Like they're like me, they take it competitively a little too much, which is fun to watch. But they go at each other in the game. No matter what the game is, it could even turn a cooperative game and start hating on each other and like fighting. It's fun. It's fun to see them get super competitive with the game. And I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one who does this. So.
But their daughter is becoming that way as well.
Yeah. So somehow My Little Scythe will turn into like a date at family court.
Family chaos.
Yeah. So yes, you're right. We should play that with them.
I forgot all about that because I don't see it.
Yeah. We can give them it too after if she likes it. Okay. So Scythe is ranked overall 17. 19 in strategy. Wow. One of my favorites.
Okay. So yeah.
Not for everybody. Please don't buy games just because I say it's my favorite. I have different requirements and different tastes, different upbringing. I look for different things in board games than you do, for sure. But yeah, I love this. I love this game. Love it. But yeah. So good.
Are you just like reliving memories in your head?
Yeah, like I could play that game. Like that would be in like one of my games probably that I would like if I had to cull my collection down to like 10 games for the rest of my life. Like
this is one.
Yeah. Because I know I can get players locally that I know will play it and put up with me playing it and come back to the table again and again, no matter how much I might annoy them and stuff, because it's just a fun game for our group. Yeah. Oh, so good.
I agree.
Anyways.
Well, Jackal says, I'm not buying this no matter what Rob says.
That's fine. I'm happy you're saying that. Don't buy every game that I play, please. Don't buy every game you see on the internet, man.
I also just want to shout out Anna, who says, hello, this is my first time catch you live. I'm making my way through Jaws the Lion playlist while I'm playing it myself. Welcome. Hello.
Anna, hello.
Hello, thank you.
It looks like our bouncers are just letting anyone in the live chat now. But I guess you've watched enough Jaws the Lion episodes. You're allowed to join a live chat. I appreciate that. But yeah, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Welcome. Glad you're here live.
I don't know how you got in here, but I'm just kidding. All right, let's go to the table. All right, here's the game. Also the other game it's got to be called now is Expeditions, a table hog game. Because I am almost zoomed out as far as I've ever zoomed out in playing a board game on the table 2-player. And I'm trying to be creative here. We're going to have to play a little weird, where we're going to have our active row not to the right of our player mat because it'll be off screen. Otherwise, I have to zoom out so much. I don't think there's a way on a 3x5 table, a standard board game table, which is the standard size that most publishers try to make sure their game fits on at a reasonable player count. I don't know I'd ever play this more than 2 players on a 3x5 table without stacking cards and being annoying and like putting things in weird spots because it's just so big. But it should fit still. It probably does fit. You just have to get a little creative with like, I wouldn't use this. I would probably like put little tokens off to the side and stuff.
Yeah, like in the corners.
Yeah. Well, it's just big. Like this map is just so big. And it didn't need to be, but it's just keep that in mind. You need a pretty juicy table to play this game on. If you want to follow the like hand of cards all separated, because remember, all the cards have multiple information on them. So you have cards information at the top left, you kind of always need to pay attention to. Maybe top right you care about, depending on the card type. You would need to pay attention to the top for quest cards, item cards, and meteorite cards to know if you want to meld them, solve them, whatever. Yeah. And you also need to pay attention to the bottom abilities and always be looking at them. So you literally cannot overlap these cards ever, really. So it's a table hog. Just FYI. These are like board game size cards. No, they're standard size cards.
I guess.
These are standard size cards. So like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon size cards, standard size. So they're big cards, big player boards, big tiles, big everything. Just FYI. So it's annoying. So that was me for the last hour. Was trying to like figure out how to get this on screen so you can see stuff, but I don't think you really can. So sorry. But it's a monster. Jacko, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Says, let me just get this out of the way.
Oh yeah, now you just want to sit back and relax. I understand.
I appreciate
thank you
that.
so much. Thank you.
That.
Not required, by the way, for viewing.
Yeah. So you've just earned your next hour to be here in the chat. That you're now banned free, so you can say whatever you want. I'm just kidding.
For 1 hour?
Yeah, for 1 hour.
Oh,
that's the going rate.
Imagine you gave that power.
No. I have thick skin, but I'm sure enough of these jokers in our community would join up to create the ultimate Voltron trolling machine.
Yeah.
And bash right through that.
They really want to see how thick it is.
Yeah, I've over the last like 11 years doing this, the YouTuber's thick skin is like it's not impenetrable, I'm sure.
Oh, Jackal also said I was trolling you, Rob. I already ordered LOL.
You idiot.
No, what if you don't like it?
No,
I guess you might have watched Rob play solo, but oh my god. Oh my
Yes,
god.
Amanda knows. That's how some people get past the bouncers. Grease the palms. Yep.
Oh, it got blocked, but I'm gonna read it because it's really funny. But
No way.
Sean says, "LOL, zoom out too far, and you'll see Rob's sexy knees."
No, they're under the table. You will never see those.
I'll try to show it, but I mean,
how'd you know I was wearing no pants?
I think they know that. That's the thing.
How'd you see? It's a little drafty down here, by the way.
They know that you don't wear pants on stream.
Anyways, yeah. I also only wear half shirts.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I wear what are those called?
You can't stand
Belly
up.
tops
Like
or
crop
something?
tops?
Crop tops, yeah.
Can't stand up.
I'm also wearing a crop top. Try to get that out of your vision, all right? I just scarred a few of you right there.
Yep.
Deal with it.
Oh gosh.
All right, now that I ruined your Sundays. All right, let me get to the game. Okay, so overview. Here we go. Joking time's over, right? Serious business.
Yeah, Jacko, thanks a lot.
All right, for those that don't know, overview, this is a engine building, kind of like hand management, resource gathering kind of point salad, victory point kind of game where you're like competing to race to be the first one to achieve, keep saying achieve 4 achievements. So like goals in the game. So those are listed here on this board. So the end game condition will add up victory points, which are basically coins. So any coins you gain during the game, plus any coin symbols on upgrades you've attached to your upgraded mech, any vanquish corruption tokens, the corruption tokens you've collected are worth points each, and then any quest cards you've solved and upgraded attached to your mech or whatever, will multiply your stars you've earned, which are the achievements. You can earn 4 of these achievements per player, and you can't block anyone. It doesn't matter. Like both of us can achieve the exact same, boast for the same glory achievements, whatever they're called. It doesn't matter. It's just once the 4th one is placed, that signals the end of the game. We have 1 turn left, including the player that placed the 4th token. So you could be racing to get a star token put on solving 4 quests. And remember, if you solve 3 or more, that makes all the stars you placed up to 4 of them in the game. And the game could end and you've not placed any stars. That could be totally a thing if you're stinking it up. But your stars could be worth 10 each if you can solve at least 3 quests. If you solve no quests, that's fine. Just each star you do is worth 5 points. You better find more points somewhere else through upgrading, vanquishing, or using cards that gain you money during the game, which are the victory points at the end of the game. Okay? You can meld cards, which are attaching meteorites to your mech, which are upgrading. It's tucking cards underneath to fire off one-time point gaining abilities. Upgrading is attaching item type cards. So there's 3 types of cards in the game as part of our engine that we will be playing and putting workers on if you want, which are quests, meteorites, and items. So those are the 3 types of cards in the deck, and they are things you will tuck under your mech card if you want by doing the solve, meld, or upgrade action. And if you do any of those 4 times, which are the max in the game, unless you have a way to break that, you will get to put a star on these categories, assuming you get to a location and do the boast gather action to place a star on here. So your goal is to try to place stars. There is 1 location in the game that has a corruption token on it that you need guile and power of level 10 each, which equals 20, and use the vanquish action to spend your power and guile, which is a constant resource you're getting during the game that you'll be tracking on your player mat using your power and guile tokens, which are orange and turquoise or whatever. To track this resource, it will be going up and down during the game, and you'll spend those to eliminate basically vanquish tokens, which are these color, either orange or turquoise. And there's a whole bag of them there, and you'll see us uncover other worker placement spots. And so we'll be managing that on our board, and you'll see that as we play. And if you vanquish at least 7 tokens during the game, you could boast and gain the star here. If you can have 8 or more cards under your control at the time you boast, you could gain a star here. Or you can gain a star by discovering map tokens. That means you're just the one discovering locations or earning them through other means. Or collecting up to 7 workers or more. You could put us 1 star in this category. Anna, thank you for becoming a member. I was only joking.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I was only joking. You were allowed to stay without being a member. I was only joking. It was funny that it was all members. And then Anna was in there like, hey. I watch your streams. I'm first time joiner. I was only joking, but I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for clicking the join button and becoming a member and supporting the channel.
Yes, welcome. These others, oh, here, they're going to pop now. So we'll let Rob catch up here on these super chats.
See Mitch, my 1 hour fee. Oh, God.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
I mean, thank you. Adam Morris, this is for all the serious business meetings we've had.
That should pop
yes,
next.
plenty.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Minion, welcome. Hello. Oh man, you guys are funny.
Adam's both haven't popped yet, but
yeah,
we'll wait.
So basically, we're trying to race to whoever can put 4 stars here first. Will kind of trigger the end of the game. But again, like a good game like that doesn't mean if you place the last star, you're the winner. Because you can gain victory points again through other means, and you might not have placed all your stars. That's fine. But you just better have gained victory points in other means, which is totally fine. But that's the kind of tension, that's the race to the game, is watching the game progress by people plopping stars here, which puts a little pressure on everyone at the table who is behind in stars to start getting some stars done, or being a jack of all trades and getting points for doing a few different things. But that's kind of the flow of the game. We will be gathering resources as cards to our hands or whatever, workers, money, which are victory points. We'll be collecting these things on our board in our player area and creating an engine of cards and workers that we're going to play from our hand to our active row, firing off abilities, gaining more resources, moving around the board with our mech, collecting things. That's kind of what we're doing. That's what you'll see here.
There's Adam's message.
There
Thank you, Adam.
This is for all the serious business meetings we've had.
Adam, thank you so much. I think that they have backlogged the
you guys,
the notifications. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Adam, again, thank you.
What does it say?
For Mel's billable hours, LOL. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh man, it's gotten serious. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Minion has been a member for 8 months. Minion, thank you so much.
I want to be colorful too.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, Minion number Q is feeling left out.
Oh. And Pontus, who's been a member for 19 months.
Pontus says, I can't afford an hour. How much does this get me?
I mean, at 19
supporting
months,
for 19 months,
that's probably more than an hour.
I think you have free reign.
You have all day.
Yeah, Pontus, you know you can filter free. You can say whatever. you earned that a long time ago. You know that.
Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So
they love throwing you off when you're trying to explain.
Yeah,
It's like, where was I at?
There's a delay too. It's like they don't know I'm about to jump in as they're like clicking buttons and stuff. And then I'm into it, and then it's like, oh, here they come popping up a few minutes later. Like, whoops, it's all good.
Thank you guys so much.
I can't complain.
No.
I can't complain. Thank you for allowing me to do this.
Very colorful chat. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So we have a board here that is set up based on a specific setup layout here. It's a default setup. It's just the way it is. They don't say make your own setups. I'm sure expansions will come out that kind of change the way things go, but this is the way they found it works best. So we'll set up the game. You set up some south tiles here that are along the bottom that are face up. They're known, but they're randomly distributed, so they're different every game. These central tiles in the middle of the brown tiles are also distributed randomly. They're face down though, and we'll put some map tokens on there. Here, if you want to slap a bunch on the back, which I forgot to do. But these map tokens you collect if you're the one to flip them over and discover them. But again, we don't know what's on the other side. There's also northern tiles across the top that have a little more, as you venture out, we're basically kind of, there's kind of like a Cthulhu theme to this, that a meteorites have kind of hit the land. And the further you venture out, the higher the corruption from the meteorite landing has happened, which kind of makes weird things happen, like mutations and monsters and things like that. So we need to vanquish the corruption as we journey further from our base camp. And our base camp is this starting board here, where our mechs will actually start on the base camp, and then we'll start moving our way out, but we can't return to the base camp. And the base camp's just like our scoreboard, basically. And again, we're going to take a random mech, we'll take a random character and a random companion animal, and that'll create our starting little like engine, maybe our focus. And then we'll be moving around the board on turns. You'll be playing cards from your hand to your active row to gain resources, to possibly fire off abilities by placing workers on them. You'll be then moving, and again, any order you want, and some turns you can do everything or you can't do everything. You'll see as we move our little token around on here. We'll have a little cube on here that we could move following a little flow here. We move here, then we can do these 3 things. We must do them in any order, but you have to move, which you can move 1 to 3 spaces around the board. and then you land on spaces, you could gather, which is basically gaining the resource or ability off of the board, the space you're on. And again, playing cards is just playing cards from your hand to your active row. Once you kind of run out of cards and workers to play, you might want to refresh, which will move your token back here, and you'll get all your cards back to your hand and all your workers back to your player board to be used again. But that takes a turn of doing nothing else. So you got to be careful not to refresh too much in the game, but also like there's this balance of pushing it and not pushing it. See, Mitch, thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much.
$50 super chat, thank you. Says
Thank
to
you.
help cover those who can't afford Rob's fees for the extra rants during the whole stream.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
It
That
was
is
a
so
joke.
generous. Thank you. Oh my
I appreciate
goodness.
it. Thank you so much. Guys.
Thank you. You're covered for the next week.
1 week though, only one. I'll put it down. There's an end. No,
Thank you.
So the other thing is after you refresh, you move your token over here. You can do all three things, but then after you do that, you have to move this up and pick something to cover up. So you can only do 2 of those actions on a turn, and your next turn you have to move it off. Similar to how in Scythe, if anyone knows Scythe, you have that token that kind of covers sections on your board to stop you from just doing the same actions every turn and get boring. You have to kind of get out of your comfort zone and kind of make do with what you can by making choices on your turn to do other things, which is cool. And I like that mechanic very much. So that's kind of the flow of it. All right, so let's randomly, the order of this, I don't know if it matters, but let's do it. So at random, we're going to gain a mech mat. There you go. Pick your mech at random. I'll just take whatever here's on top.
Oh.
Okay.
What did you get? Oh.
I got
This guy.
Tatanka. That's like those yellow construction toys you play with when you're a kid, right?
Yeah.
Tonka trucks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So my specific ability is I may solve, upgrade, and meld up to 5 times each. And so it tells me there I can do that max 5, max 5, max 5. So that breaks the normal max 4 on every other mech in the game. Okay.
Wow.
So, but it doesn't, solving more times doesn't get me any victory points there, but upgrading more cards could lead to more victory points. Melding does 1-time victory point injections of coins. That's kind of like the melding one there. So I could focus on doing those and get more. But also solving 5 times could get you more resources during the game because you fire off resources as you do it. Okay, interesting. Not the one I would pick.
Here's your mech.
But it's the one we have to work with.
So mine
What do you got?
gives me
What's the name of the mech?
Odin's Wrath.
All right.
You may
And what's the
trash.
sound it makes as it moves around the map?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say
I'm
is
just
there a
trying to
sound
throw you
on it?
off.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know. You may trash a map at any time on your turn to gain a power, guile, or a $1 or what is it? No, it's not $1. Is it?
It's $1, 1 coin, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dollars, I think.
Okay, I wasn't sure what.
But
Like,
they're
I know
really
that-
just victory points in this game. You're not spending them to buy anything or at all. They're just kind of piled up till the end of the game. So I just refer to them as victory points.
Okay.
And when it says trash a map, does that mean we just take this whole map and we throw it in the garbage and never play the game again?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. If I had one on my board,
Yeah,
I can
so-
get rid of it out of the game.
So the answer I was looking for there is these are map tokens, but when it refers to them in the game, it just calls them maps. So as you discover locations, you'll collect these as a resource, and these are called map tokens. Okay, that's for Matthew there. So now you understand.
Oh, you're rooting for my Viking ship. Okay, nice. Yes.
Okay, so now we need a random character to play with. So go ahead, choose your character. Think you choose one for me? Great. So I got Gunther. Is character number 5.
Oh.
He gains me green workers. So how this works is if I play this card, I gain its core value. By default, it gets me 1 guile. So I'd move up my guile on my little track here on the right. If I have 1 or 2 or more stars on the victory track, I would gain more when I play this card. I would even gain some power. So that's how that works. When I play a card, I have a choice. I can put a red worker on this card. If I do, it would gain me a green worker, or I could solve a quest. And if I solve a quest, I could gain the core value, so whatever the current core value is of a card, of all the quests I've solved and tucked under my board. And when you solve a quest, it kind of goes underneath here. So that's my character. So what we're going to do, this is going to be kind of broken. So the book kind of tells you when you're playing this game, you will have your character mat. On the left, you will keep all of the cards that are in your hand. You don't actually ever hold cards really in your hand. Your hand is on the board to the left of your player mat. Your active row of played cards, since it's a worker placement game, you'll be playing cards to the right of your mat, you know, in a certain order. And order does matter because certain cards might fire off something on a previous card. And when you play cards, you know, you can put workers on them, whatever. That's the wrong one, but you know what I mean. You'll play workers, and when the workers are on there, some of these cards are ongoing abilities. Some of them fire off when things happen. Some of them only fire off when you play them. But it's good to have your active row there because you could rescue cards back, which is recovering them, getting the worker back, and putting them back to the left of your board. So there's this whole flow of the game of gaining cards to your active row, recovering them or rescuing them back to your hand, then playing them out of your hand in your active row to get resources and fire off abilities and things like that. The problem is that is a very horizontal, stretching, beautiful layout, which in theory, I'm sure digitally on the computer where they designed this game, where you have infinite space, was awesome. Or Jamie, when he was designing this game on his basement, empty basement floor, or wherever, or the gymnasium he designed the game in, you know, and he played on the floor in the gym. That works. But here on video, where I don't want to zoom out, have a helicopter using my above camera, we're just going to kind of stick our board in the bottom left so that you can see us tuck things under the top, tuck things under the right, and tuck things under the bottom, which expands your player area even more. And we're going to keep our hand to the left as recommended. So our hand of cards will be to the left. So as we have cards, you'll have your cards to the right.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say.
You can have your cards to the right. Okay, so we'll mirror it. So our hands will be beside, and our active rows will play above. And we'll kind of do a couple rows where we'll go across. Because you could have like 8, 10 cards played. You know, I've seen it happens in a game. I'm sure if your strategy is really focused on gaining cards and playing cards, you could go even crazier. I know you can tuck stuff during the game and kind of eliminate those two areas, but it does still increase because you are tucking them and you need to see them as they're attached to your board. So our active area is going to be above and our hand's going to be beside. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. I know people joining later in the stream are going to be like, what are you doing? That's not how the game works, but it's how we're doing it. Okay. It's my game. I do what I want. All right. That's the play. So this is my guy. We don't need these ones anymore. So there's other characters, depending if you're playing up to a 5-player game, I think it goes to. But there's even extra characters, so you can see different stuff. And now our companion, we just find it's our matching companion, which will match in number. And we can look at those. You're number 4?
Yeah.
So you get Voltan. So Mel's companion is Voltan, has a core value. It's a cool looking little robotic wolf. Has, if you put a red worker on Voltan as you play Voltan, you can activate an adjacent face-up card's ability. So again, the order of your active row as you play cards matters. Oh no, sorry. Adjacent card is adjacent on the board to your mech. I'm so sorry. It would say previous card if it was in your active row. So this means a face-up card on the board, which you'll see shortly. We haven't even put those out yet. Or you can vanquish to get rid of corruption, which you'll see later in the game as we see corruption placed on the board. And if it's the last corruption you've cleared, you can gain the revealed benefit that the corruption tokens are covering. Okay, so there's the 2 actions that are covered. Your character helps you solving and gaining workers.
This one doesn't give me any workers, though. I don't know if you want
yours is gaining a face-up item or something, right? Yeah, I played with this one before. Yeah, gaining a face-up item is what Mel's character does. And solving, you'll gain the core value of everything. And then you're, okay. And then my little wolfy guy is Nacht. Gain green, he's a green card because he needs a green worker. So when you're referring to color of cards in the game, it's just referring to the color of worker on the card. I gain the core value of any other card you control, which could be in my hand or in my active row. Or vanquish, so get rid of corruption. If it removes the final one, you gain the real benefit. Same similar thing to yours doing that. So those are key concepts to the game that are on the characters. So we'll just kind of put those beside. And the rest are out of the game. We don't need the other ones, but there's a whole bunch of them. And then we'll do some setup here. So these are the deck of cards. So it's one of those games I talked about in a previous stream. That's like, going up the whole Wingspan, Terraforming Mars, Arc Nova, the Me Too kind of train here, where it's like, look, I got a game that has 1,000 unique cards in it that if you sleeve them, they'll fall over if you sneeze. It's one of those games. So these are all completely unique cards, 3 types in here. Upgrades, meteorites, and quests are shuffled. And it's kind of like a deck building game where you're buying them from a market. The market is integrated into the board in these 5 little holes. And based on your adjacency, sometimes that matters. So you want to be on a location beside a card to fire off the ability or gain the card or whatever. So it's kind of cool. Like most deck building games, you just have a market anywhere on the board. People just pick from it and buy from it, whatever. But this, it actually matters. There's some like not area control, but like you're kind of, moving your pawn around. It matters where you are in the market, which is cool. So we'll just kind of place some cards at random out here. And they're literally all quests except for 1 meteorite. Weird.
Okay.
So again, every card in here is the same, just like our character cards, has a core value on the top you get when you play it. Some of them will give you more core value. This one based on melding. If you have cards melded to your character mat, melding is attaching meteorites to the bottom, which give you these one-time abilities that fire off. And the meteorites, this one needs a purple worker, which we don't even have a way to gain those yet on the board, but it'll gain you something. And then here's a quest card, which is the heart symbol. Same deal, has something in the top left you gain when you play it. Here's the quest requirements. You need to be on central location 11, spend 2 power. It'll gain you an ability of an adjacent card on the board that you don't need to put a worker on to get the ability, and give you a guile. And you can keep playing the card before you solve it. But remember, when you solve, it's now tucked under here, never to be used again, basically. So it just reminds you have 1 quest done. And as you solve quests, you could gain the core value of previous quests solved. So this stays here so you can see the value on it to regain it later. And the meteorites tucked underneath, so you can see the ability of the meteorite under here, because as I attach more meteorites, you fire off the previous meteorites again. So there's a strategy of like, attach a meteorite at the beginning that you want to fire off like 2, 3, 4 times during the game to maximize your points. So that's kind of cool. And then the upgrades, there's no items out here, but items will tuck into the right and give you an ability that you don't have to place a worker on during the game. So it's part of the engine of like efficiency. But it's your choice. You don't have to do any of that stuff if you don't want to. Matthew with the super chat says, for all the stupid questions I asked during the game.
Matthew, thank you so much.
No, there's no stupid question.
Stupid. No.
Just people, just stupid people.
Oh.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm only kidding. No, you ask questions, it's all good. And maybe there's some people here in the chat that can answer your questions too if we miss them or something while we're playing. Those who understand the game. But again, if anyone watching this doesn't understand how I'm explaining things or how the play works, whatever, again, there's an official YouTube video from the publisher that's playing through the game, explaining the rules of the game from front to back. And the PDF is available online if you want to read the rules before you ever jump in or spend money on this game. The rule books are all, that's one thing Stonemaier Games does well, is they just fully share the files for all their games. So if you just want to go read any of the books that come in the game, you go do that before you buy it, which is good. Not hiding anything, I like that. Okay, so let's find out who's going first here, I guess, for now. We'll just roll these little dice.
1.
Okay, so I'm going first. I rolled a 5. Deal with it.
Maybe that's my strategy.
And we get these little mechs. So here's Mel's little painted mechs. Again, they're just painted for table ready, of course. I know you can go crazy and do tons of detail. And
they are very detailed. I was surprised.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. That's why I didn't want you to paint them, because I was worried it would take so long. It's like all that effort for like playing with them 2-3 times, maybe.
I definitely could have.
But yeah. And then the bases, like, of course, you can go crazy putting grass and rocks and all this crazy stuff on the bases. But again, table ready, better than gray plastic. And then you just snap a base on. So you don't really need to paint them anyway, because they're really just pawns. And you just really care about the color matching your board and your pieces. So here's our little stars that are our color matching our base. And we both start at 0, guile, and power, marking those with little tokens here. And we have our little cube that tracks where we are on the turn and what we're doing. And we'll just kind of start at the base camp here with our mechs. And I'm first. Correct?
Yes.
I think we're all set up. I think we have everything out so far that we need. I'm pretty sure. All right. So I will start my turn. I'm on the refresh spot, so I must move it off, and I have to follow a little arrow. I put my cube here, and now I know I have all these actions available to me in this rectangle, and I can do them in any order, and I must do each one. I can't ignore any of them. So I have to move, I have to play, and I have to gather. And again, any order I want. So again, moving, obviously I have to move out of the base camp. You have to move 1 to 3 spaces, not 0 to 3. I can't stay where I am unless I chose not to move on the turn in the future. Then I can stay where I am, right? But for now, I must do all these because my cube isn't up here yet. So I can't gather in the base camp. So I'm not going to do that first. I can play a card, but I mean, I could. Playing a card works from the base camp because this could just gain me a worker. I can't solve anything yet, so that doesn't matter. But I want to gather too. I have to, so I probably need to go somewhere. So, and I have to move, so I can't stay here. So let me think. If I'm looking here, this is how I kind of look at it. Like, how can I get these cards to be played for maximum value? Obviously, I don't have any stars yet to increase their core value to get the best benefit out of them as I play them. But they do have abilities on the bottom that I would like to play, and I don't have any workers. I need a red worker, and I need a green worker. Well, good thing this guy gains me a green worker, but he only gains me a green worker if I put a red worker on the card when I play it. So if I work my way back to try to get that efficiency, a red worker would be probably pretty important to have before I play my first card. That's kind of how I work it out. I don't know if that's the best way. That's how I do it. So I'm going to move, and I look for red workers. We know on the starting spaces, we have gain a green worker or a red worker. We have this symbol here, which is take any face-up card and earn it to your hand, and then replace it immediately from the deck. We have this symbol, which is the 2 purple cards, which are symbolizing the back of the cards. You draw the top 2, choose one, discard the other to the sweep pile. Here we have gain a blue worker or a yellow worker. Here we have just take the top card and gain it to your hand. Not gain it to your hand, sorry, not gain it to your hand. Gain it to your active row. Problem is my first mech I ever played with broke that rule and allowed me to gain anything to my hand.
Oh.
So I still have to stop myself every time and make sure I don't accidentally gain things to my hand, and they go to my active row first. And then I have to recover them from there to my hand to be able to use them. So, correction. This is gain any face-up card here you want to your active row. This is draw the top 2 cards from the deck, unknown information, choose one, gain it to your active row, discard the other to the sweep pile. This one is blindly take the top card, deal with it, take it to your active row. It's now part of your collection. Then rescue a card. So when you refresh, you gain all the cards from your active row back to your hand, recover all the workers. But this allows you to specifically pick one card to rescue without having to refresh and take a turn off. So you can get a card back and get even a card you just gained. You could take that top card off the deck, and you can do this in any order, but obviously it probably makes sense to do it left to right, where you gain that top card to your active row. You might look at that card and go, that is amazing. I want to do that right now. So you could rescue it back and then do a play action to play it right away. Slap a worker on it, boom, engine going, craziness pops off, people lose their minds. It's all awesome. Then this one here, this symbol is for gain a single symbol benefit off an adjacent tile. So if I were here and I gathered, there is no face-up adjacent tiles to this one except for this one, so I could choose this benefit or this benefit. If this tile were adjacent to it, I don't get this full benefit. I only pick one symbol, okay? Even though it's not divided into 2 abilities I have to choose from, it's only one single symbol off an adjacent tile, okay? All right, let's take the turn. So what I say I was doing a red worker. So can I move even far enough for that? So all these bottom 3 spaces are attached to the base camp. So technically, I could move from the base camp and go here. But even if I chose to move here, I could still reach this in 3 moves. But if I chose to leave the base camp here, 1, 2, 3, I can't reach that. So obviously, I'm going to go here and just go there. But that's kind of how it works. So even if you're playing, I'm assuming like a 4 or 5 player game, even if all the players kind of stay local and kind of block these spots, you can still get through them to go other places because you can move 3 and you go right over them. You do count the space they're in, but you can't, there's no 2 mechs in the same space. Not allowed. Not allowed. No crossing the mechs. All right, so I'm going to go here. that's my move. I've done my move. I'm going to gather, and I'm going to gather a red worker. And then I'm going to play. I only have 2 cards to choose from to play. I'll play Gunter. I'm going to put him as my first card in my active row. And I can gain his core value before doing his ability, or do the ability before gaining the core value, assuming I have a mech to put on the card, or a worker. I do. I'm going to put a worker on there and do it in backwards order. I'm going to gain a green worker with his ability. And then I'm going to gain 1 guile. I've done my move. I've done a gather. I've done a play. I've satisfied the requirements of the game that is demanded that I do on my turn. So I'm finished, and it's over to Mel.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move just for 1 space to here. I will gather, gaining a blue worker, please. And then for my play,
Mel has played once. We played off stream like 2 or 3 days ago to teach her the game and to play the game. She read the rules. She learned the game on her own. And then we played together and kind of went through a full playthrough right to the end, scored up, and then talked about strategy and kind of what we do and whatever. So she fully understood. So yeah, she's played once before. But I do have 2 solo plays beyond her. So, but again, we're here more to show you the game in multiplayer. But I'm sure Mel still wants to crush my face.
Yeah, I do.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm not happy with this, whatever, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay.
It's what you got. I know.
I know. I'm like, this wouldn't have been what I picked.
And that's the thing. The game says set it up randomly, like deal out random mechs and random characters to each other. I don't really like that in games. I like picking what I want to play because I don't play each game that often because I have so many games to play. I got to create YouTube content, all that stuff. But if I own this game, of course, random is more fun to kind of make it work.
Yeah.
But again, sometimes it breaks you out of the play style you like to play, and you know you want to get the most points and win, so you want every advantage you can.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Mel got a combo that she's not really feeling, but just lean into it. Like
I will.
Let it control you.
I will. I have some ideas.
Let it get you started at least.
I feel like in the beginning it's not the best, but okay. So then my card I'm going to play is going to be this one. I'm not playing this card, and the reason why is because it says I can gain up a face-up item. There is none. Or I can solve. I don't have anything to solve. So I have the worker to go with this, but I can't. I don't have the red worker for this card, but I don't want the item. It's fine. So I will just get the power, which I do want power anyways. I don't have any stars, and that is me done. Yeah, this one not being able to gain workers, like that little engine that some of those have. But I think this will be better later, maybe when we get some items in play. But it just, with the situation that we have,
so
didn't work out as well.
Pro tip from playing that one, there is a location or 2
that you sweep
that are allowing you to sweep the market, and you can pick no cards, all the cards, you know, anywhere in between to get rid of out of the game. So Mel wants to start getting rid of some of these cards she doesn't want to start digging in this deck and pulling things out. So maybe in your case, I would have actually gone and maybe
I thought of that.
I would have probably gone and gathered a card from here. You're worried, you were trying to do what I do because, you know, you're trying to copy the best. Just kidding. Just trolling in a competitive game. Got to do the trash talk. But what I would have maybe done, and I'm not trying to mansplain and tell you how to play the game. Again, I've only played a couple times. But in your situation, what I would have done is kind of like thought about, like, I would have looked, investigated all these cards, and maybe start thinking of a quest to solve and gain that, because you're saying like I can't gain.
No, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're now doing that. So Mel is like, I can't get a face-up item, but remember, it has another ability to solve. So Mel is purposely holding this back to try to maybe get a blue worker, then eventually solve a quest really fast.
Yeah.
Because there is like literally 4 quests available right now. So she could have.
Which most of them need power. So I thought, okay, I need the power to be able to solve the quest. So I'll just do this play.
But why, like, playing this guy not efficiently, is it better to...
Well, I don't want to play this and then
No. But you have, I want to show you how many, this game is kind of wide in its options, even from the beginning, that might not be apparent, is you could have instead go to move to one of these, like, gain a face up, or you can get crazy with it, go off the top of the deck, take whatever it is. It could be an item.
I did think of that.
Okay, could be part of your engine, maybe not. But you could gain a random one. You get to put it in your active row and you could rescue it back right away and then play it, and you could gain the resource off of it. So if you want unknown, or you go here and you pick 2, maybe you'll find, you know, because we haven't seen any items, maybe you find one there, or you just go here and you gather on one of these, you take it to your active row, and then, oh yeah, you wouldn't have to play it yet. So it'd be this one you need to do to be able to have a different card to play other than these. Let's say you take this one, okay? You would then replace this right away, helping you dig into the deck, maybe find items. But then on your play, you just you gather this one back, rescue it, I should say. And then, because you don't want to use these yet, you might just go, oh, let's play this gain of power.
Yeah, and the reason I
don't know.
The other
but
reason...
then you have a quest, if you're going for the quest route, or a meteorite, you then have one that could work, like an ability on here could work with the worker colors you might be going for. There's so many options, even from this first like little 6 hexes that are on the board.
Yeah, and the other reason I thought about it is I want the power, so I didn't want to take the random because I need for what I'm doing in the next coming turns. I wanted to have power. Yeah. And if I take a random, I don't know.
But I'm just trying to play devil's advocate to you, like getting frustrated, like, oh, I'm kind of locked out from what I want to do. But it's like you could roll the dice and kind of see what happens and do some other things. So don't feel like you're like screwed based over a combination.
Yeah, no.
I just don't want people to think like, oh, the game is designed bad because of that. It's like, no, you could go another way for now, and like, which you are doing, but yeah.
I think had you not gone on this one, I would have went on this one first. But you went here first. I mean, it is what it is. Oops. He needed red and green workers. Oops. So the odds of it, I figured he was going to go there, but that's where I would have went first had I gone
first. Need a blue worker. That's fine. Yeah, that goes with your engine too. Yeah. So it's like, but again, in like 5 players, what happens?
Oh, I know.
What happens in like 5 players now that the first 2 players went and grabbed their worker? Those other players at the table have to go with a different strategy.
This one's helpful, right? Because you can still gain. So depending on where that one is, and it's too bad it's not like here where you have more options of what you can gain around. Like that's limited right now.
Yeah, if this tile was randomly set up like here instead, like
a lot more options.
That changes things. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So the setup is definitely,
Yeah, and again, this is random setup every time. So it could definitely mess with people's opening strategies, which is cool. I like it. I'm seeing this. I like it. All right. You're done your turn?
I am.
My turn. I now am forced to move this up to here. So I'm not going to be taking a move or a play or a gather. I have to kind of figure out what I'm doing here. Let's... What are these cards looking like out here? What are they doing? In the core value, well, face up meteorites. Okay. I don't even know what strategy I'm going with. I can do 5 of like any of these things. So I feel like I need to be gaining cards to like go nuts with one of these. Getting up to 5 of something. And then there's a correlation between worker color and like actions in the game that I'm still trying to figure out. It's like purple is tied to meteorites. And like victory points is the meteorite thing. And then like red is tied to vanquishing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Or solving. Red is solving, maybe? It's not always the case, I think, but it's just like more of a thing.
Red represents soldiers, blue are engineers, green are explorers, yellow are merchants, and purple are possessed.
Yeah, let's forget. But that's just like a flavor thing. But they are kind of like usually. So if like you focus on a red card engine, you're going to see more of like a certain thing, I think, is how it kind of works. Like a more focus on a certain action. Okay. I don't know. Should I start just going randomly uncovering things? I'm not sure. Do I like any of these cards? What's this one do? What's this one do? Interrogate meteorites. This is a quest on second location. Only costs 1 power to do. Gain a guile. It would give me a card in my arsenal that I could play with yellow workers to gain a guile or gain an adjacent face-up meteorite. So if I was going the meteorite route, this would help me gain them and give me a quest to solve later. Also helps with guile, which guile and the meteorites I think are kind of like tied together. I don't know about going the upgrade route because you're gaining face-up items. You might lean into the upgrade thing, so we might be fighting over every little item that shows up. So that might hurt the strategy, but it might also, if I get a jump on it, that might hurt your strategy and I gain more points that way. I don't know. Maybe I avoid that. Maybe I just go quest crazy, but then they're only like, I only need really 3 quests to get the max value out of that there. So I don't know. And this unknown, like wandering up here, it's like, what am I going to find? But do I even move yet? Because what's the other worker I want? Is a green worker? So maybe I'm not even moving. Let's just get more workers. That answers my question right there. I need a green for this guy. My wolf likes to eat green people. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to cover the move and not move this turn. So now forced to play and gather in any order I want. So I might as well just gather a green worker. Oh, I already have a green worker. How did I get... Oh, he gave me a green worker. I'm being dumb. I already have a green worker, guys. I already forgot I did that. So maybe I won't stay on there because that's silly. So I should just move. And gather. But I could gather before moving. Will I need a red or green worker later? I don't know. You know what? Let's move. And I'll gather here, taking this face up quest to my active row and replacing it immediately with another meteorite. I don't know. Sure. That is my turn. Your turn. Normally turns are quick, but I'm doing this on YouTube and we'll be explaining a lot out loud, which might be frustrating. I'm sorry. But I want you guys to understand what I'm doing. For a bit, at least. Otherwise, if I'm just quiet and playing, it's kind of probably boring. But we'll see.
I was going to go.
Normally turns are really fast in this game, I think. At least in my experience.
Okay. I want to gather here or gather there?
Yeah, Tom says a good thing. I should say the strategy is complicated. The game is relatively easy compared to many others. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like easy to understand the core mechanics, like kind of figure out the options on your turn. It's not that many options to do, but the overall like strategy is like mind-blowing how varied it can be and how many options are available to you with each of those simple little actions.
I will gather before I leave here a yellow worker, please.
Yellow worker, here you go.
And then I will move 1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
Surprise.
All right.
Done.
My turn.
Yeah.
I will... I will just gather and play.
You are really messing with me.
I'm going to gather this one. Replace it right away.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's an item.
Thank you.
Here's Mel's first face-up item. You're welcome.
Thank you.
The Synergy Halo. So again, on items, we haven't seen them yet, but items will have the gear symbol on the top. They have a core value like normal. The cool part is when you place a worker on them or fire off their ability, they have an instant ability that happens that gains you something. Then an ongoing ability. That's like a passive thing that's active for as long as there's a worker on it. That will give you a bonus when you do things. So you got to kind of make sure you're doing those things to gain full bonus out of them. And they also have a coin value that gives you victory points at the end of the game if you've upgraded them by attaching them to your mech. And when you take the upgrade action, you attach it, and it literally covers the worker placement spot, just reminding you you now have access to the ability at all times. But now it doesn't, any card that's tucked doesn't count towards the number of cards you control. So this 8 cards you control victory condition, you must have 8 cards in your control in your hand or your active row when you gain that boast. This card wouldn't count, for example. So yeah, there's our first item.
Okay. You redeemed. Okay, we're good.
All right, so I gathered, and then I can play. And I can play my Wolfie Boy to my active row. I'll gain the core value when I play it, which gets me a power. I will put a green worker on him that says, gain the core value of any other card you control. So I don't know what I need here. So I will just take, oh, okay, I'll take a power. I'll take this core value. Sure. Okay, done. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not going to move, so we'll cover that. I will gather a red worker, please. And then I will play this card, putting a blue worker on it. Well, and I gain 1 guile. Then gain a face-up item, which I will gain this one. And this goes to
the end of your active row.
Okay.
Oh, you're going.
Oh, I'm going
right
the
to
wrong
left?
way. No, I'm going the wrong way. Let me go.
Yeah,
like
go
this.
left to right. That's fine there. Yeah, yeah. You don't have to mirror it exactly.
Okay.
Just however you want above.
Okay. And then.
All right.
No, what did we fill with?
We fill with another quest. Drive off the Marauders, which could gain you a face-up item if there's one there. But again, if there's nothing to gain, you don't gain this benefit. So you'd obviously want to solve this quest when there's a face-up item available. All right.
Wait, I can also start like this.
I'm going to do a move and gather. I'm going to move here. I'm going to gather here. I'm going to take the top card off the top of the deck. It's a meteorite. Gain a map from the general supply. If I've melded twice, I gain 2 power per map. This one, when I meld it, says I gain $1 per map. So it's all about gathering map tokens if I want to lean into that. And when I play it, I gain 1 guile, but I could gain 2 guile if I've melded at least 1 other meteorite. That's going to go to the end of my little row here. Now I can rescue a card back. I will rescue this card back. And I'll slide over to fill it in. So this card's now in my hand. And that is me. Go ahead.
Okay, I will move here, take this.
Replacement is another meteorite. Gain 1 per orange corruption you have when you meld this. Also gives access to the vanquish action. And if you meld, gain 2 per orange corruption. So if you're going the vanquish route, that card kind of leans into that. Is that it?
Oh, that's sorry. Yep. Move
okay.
and gather.
I will. I'm going to gather and play. I'm going to gather here. Top card off again. Gain power. Whenever you gain at least 2 power during your turn, which would be when you play this card, you gain a power here, gain a power here if you place a purple worker. You'd also gain a guile. Sure. I'll kind of put that in my little row up here. And then rescue. I think I'll take my main dude back. Slide. Okay, and then I can play. I'll play this guy. I gain a guile. I'll put a red worker on him to gain a green worker. And then I think that's it. Go ahead.
I think I will not move.
Hey, Allie.
Just trying to think of my next turn. Sorry.
No worries. Take your time. Pestilence says, "Morning, Robin Mel. Expeditions is so good." I do like it. I do like it very much.
I will not move. I will.
Jacko, I'm
it's a
reading those
card.
comments. I'm choosing to ignore.
Red could work as well, but that's 3. I don't want that many reds. Let's see. What card do I want? Oh, that's fine. This one. I think I can fit one more here.
Placement cards, another quest. Raise a corrupted building.
So many quests.
Well, it's got the vanquish action on a yellow worker.
Okay.
After each corruption you gain, also gain more goodies.
Not bad. Okay, that was gather and then play. I have nothing to play. Go ahead.
I'm gonna move and gather a yellow worker. Your turn.
I'm going to move and gather. So I will draw the top card. Yep. Meteorite. And then I will gather back. Rescue, sorry. Rescue. I need to do this one.
Okay, let me make sure slide everything, kind of fill in the gaps.
Okay.
All right, I will. I will. No, I'll do a gather and play. I'm going to gather yellow worker. And then I'll play this card. Gains me a guile. I'm going to put a yellow worker on it. And it'll allow me to refresh. So I will take back all my cards to my hand and gain all the workers back. Like so. And that was my gather and my play.
Sorry, I just forget. This one here, the one you keep goes to your active row still, right?
Correct. Anytime you gain a card by default, goes to the end of your active row. It's kind of like a deck building game. Think of it, you buy cards in a deck building game. They go to your discard pile usually. You shuffle through your discard pile as you keep drawing through it. Becomes your deck and you gain it back later. That's kind of like how this works. Just think of it that way, like normal. That's what helps me understand how it goes. So you don't get the card right away by default, then use it right away. But there are ways to do that. Obviously, there's a mech that lets you break that rule.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going. You're done? Sorry.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to cover the move. I'm going to gather first. So again, I'm going to do the same action. Oh, it's an item. Okay, and then I can recover a card, which will be or it can be that one, but okay. And then I can play this one, gaining a guile, putting a yellow worker on to gain a guile or gain an adjacent face-up meteorite. So
This is
I'm just gonna look
adjacent.
and
It's
see
a
if I want
meteorite.
this. I feel like maybe so. Yes. I'll take it. Done.
Replacement card, save a lost lumberjack.
Okay.
All right. I will just do a move and gather. And I will gather this face-up card to my active row. Done. Your turn. Oh, let me just replace it with a Kartovsky's Trail.
Oh, because you map token. Okay.
Quest.
Then I will do. I don't want to play. So let's go like that. Let's move 1, 2, and gather a red worker, please.
There you go.
Thank you. Done.
Okay. I will do a move and play. So move. Let's go. 1, 2.
Oh, you're venturing out.
Yep. We'll discover our first location. So we'll flip it over. And then we will put 5+ corruption tokens on it. Is location 13 the research base?
4.
And those corruption tokens are going to cover up this action, which is the upgrade action. But you can gather this ability on the right until that.
Oh, so the first tile we picked was a 4, so we have to keep drawing. Next one is another 4.
And you'll see the vanquish action shortly. So to remove this corruption token would cost 4 guile, which I only have 3, so that's not happening. And then 4 power, which I only have 2, that's not happening. So I'm definitely not vanquishing right now. But I can play a card. I'll just play this guy, gaining a power, putting a green worker on him to gain the core value of any other card I control. I will gain just a guile off of a core value there. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, and I will play a card. I will
Actually, sorry, correction. Yeah. I will not gain a guile. I'll gain a power off of this card.
Sure.
Yes.
I will play this one, gaining 1 guile, putting a blue worker on here to either gain a face-up item there is none or solve. I will solve. So I am on location 2, so I can take this card here. This comes back, and I can solve this quest, which I'm on location 2, so I have to spend a power. So I'll spend 1 power, and then my reward is a guile. And then this will get tucked under.
Mel has her first solve quest. So now officially, any stars you have on here at the end of the game are worth 6 points each instead of 5.
Winning. Just kidding. Done. And then these are going to slide.
Okay. I will... I'll do a play and gather. I will gather, gaining 2 guile off the location. Do I do it? Yeah, and then I'll play. I'm going to play this guy. Who'll gain me a guile. I'll put a yellow worker on him. That'll let me refresh. Okay. And I'm done.
I will gather first, gathering a blue worker. And then I will move. And I will move 1, 2, stopping on this location.
So there's your map token. And we've uncovered the impact zone.
Oh.
So it's covering the meld action with 5 or more corruption, but it's exposed the double power gaining gather ability there. So 4 guile needed to vanquish that token.
And 5. Oh, wow,
9 guile.
Expensive.
So in a vanquish action, you could just get rid of 1 token by spending 5 guile to remove that. And on a separate vanquish action, you could spend 4 guile to remove that. Or if you had 9 or more, you could do it all in 1 vanquish action. FYI.
That is me done.
Okay. I'm going to do a move and play, but I'll play first. I want to... I'm going to play my Wolfie, who will gain me a power. I'm going to put a green worker on him. That will allow me to gain the core value of any other card you control. I'm going to gain power, so that's 2 power I've gained in my turn. I don't know if that'll matter for sure. Oh no, not the core value, not the core value. Sorry, I'm vanquishing. It's the ore. Sorry, what?
No, sorry. I did forget. So if you solve, gain the core value, so I would get 1 more. Sorry, I forgot to, because I solved the quest.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you. I forgot that.
So I'm going to vanquish instead of gain the core value. Sorry, vanquishing. I do have enough guile to get rid of this first token, so I'm going to spend 4 of that, going down to 2, to gain this corruption token, which again, corruption tokens are worth 2 victory points each at the end of the game, FYI. That's the thing, but it also exposes other abilities possibly. And I will continue that vanquish action because now that this token's revealed, I do have 4. I will go down to 1 and I'll vanquish that one away. And my little Wolfie says, if this vanquish action removes the location's final corruption, you may gain the revealed benefit. Okay, and the revealed benefit is the upgrade action, which I will do. And I will upgrade my only item I have that can be upgraded, my item card here. And I will tuck this underneath, and it will cover up this. And now I have the ability, whenever I gain at least 2 power during a turn, which I have this turn. Oh no, I didn't this turn. I didn't this turn because I couldn't do both yet. I need to get more stars here. Then I'll be gaining like double power on certain cards, and that should work. So then I just tuck this under the right side, and I have this ability here always for the rest of the game. And I will gain 4 victory points at the end of the game because I've now upgraded a 4 cost or 4 victory point, whatever ability here. So it's an amazing card to keep playing over and over again during the game. But like, I would love to keep playing this. I don't have a purple worker yet. We haven't even seen where to get one. So I've made the tough decision of like, I would love to repeat this card over and over again and keep playing it, gaining power and dropping a purple worker on it and then firing this off and gaining this. But I'm just going to upgrade it. I don't know if that's a good strategy, but we'll see how it pans out, I guess. Also, it's reduced my total cards I control. So now if I'm going for this 8 cards I control achievement or whatever, I'm not going to be able to get it for a little while longer now. So, but whatever. That's how it rolls. All right, your turn. Oh, no, wait, I got to move. That was only my play. I have to move. Where are we moving? Let's just move here.
Okay. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold on. I don't want to do that. Maybe I do this then first. Maybe I don't. You can't play then. Ah. Okay, so then that sucks. I definitely could have done that in a different order. But then let's think we don't move on this turn. I will gather 2 power and then play. I don't have a card. Go ahead.
Okay, I will. I'll do a gather and move. I will gather. What was the card I was going to gather? I don't even know. This one though. I will face up meteorites. No, I'll just take this one. Change a worker to purple.
Oh.
It becomes available.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen that before. That's cool.
Oh.
At least not that I know of. Then I will move. Let's go. That. Flip the tile. What do we get? I found the
nice.
Crater Rim, which is the refresh and sweep. action on the gather, and also another upgrade tile possibly.
3, 4. What was it, under 5? Yep.
And it's your turn. Yeah, 5 or more.
Okay, I'm going to move and gather. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. Gather here. Thank you. And then
You can rescue a card.
yes, which is going to be this one. Okay, go ahead.
I will move. This is the warehouse where they store all the goods, which could gain me a face-up adjacent card, is what that means, or meld if that gets uncovered.
First one is, oh, it's a 5, just a straight up 5.
Juicy.
Nice.
So I did a move and play, so I could play right now. Let me look what I got here. What am I playing?
Just everything.
Oh, it's 9. I actually have the 9 quests, so I could solve here by playing my character to gain this quest, but I don't know. I want to play him instead. I think I'll play this Raise a Corrupted Building, which will gain me up. Nope. No, we don't want to do that one yet. I see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I forgot to gain the Guile from this. Whenever you gain at least 2 power during a turn. Did I do that? No, I didn't do that. I don't think I did. Oh yeah, it's because I saw that and I was thinking, yeah, I could do that there. That would be great, but I didn't go that way. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, when you uncover a new tile and it shows new abilities on it, it totally throws off like everything. Like, oh, do I want to stay here? Do I want to do this? Do I want to play this now on this location that has this new corruption value that like I didn't know was going to be there? But I think I will just play this card, gaining a Guile up to 3, putting a green worker on it, which gains me a map token from the general supply. Go ahead.
I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, and then I will play this card, which gains me a Guile. I will put a blue worker on it, which will gain me another Guile. And then whenever you gain at least 2 Guile during your turn, also gain a power, which I did.
Boom.
So gain a power. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I will see what this card says. I will do a gather to take an adjacent card. I'll replace that card with this card, the Clue Stone. Gives the solve action there with a green worker. Which that card was there instead of the one I just took. And then I will move, which I will just go through you here. Take that and reveal the Fishing Village. There's our first boast action, which is how you get stars on the board when you satisfy the requirements of various achievements. It could gain you a power and a Guile.
Oh, no, it is only 1 token. No.
A 5?
Oh, he doesn't have
I'm
that.
low power.
Oh, I don't have that either.
I ain't got the power for that. Okay, that was my move and gather.
All right, I'm not going to move. I am going to I'm going to gather first, so I will sweep.
What cards do you want to trash out of the game and replace? Can be any of them, one of them. 3 of them, 5 of them, whatever you want, I think.
Those 3 for sure. Actually, let's do this one too.
Boom. Sweep them.
No, let's do all of them because I think you'll take that before I could get that anyways.
Here we go, top to bottom. Let's do Clue Stone. We got Chaos Grenade. We got Exosuit. We got Sunstone. We got Quest Stone.
Alrighty. And then I can refresh I can refresh your cards and your workers. So all these.
Oh yeah, do a refresh, yeah.
Come back.
And this refresh, the cheats, so she doesn't have to put her token on the refresh here. She's not doing the refresh on her board. She's cheating by doing the refresh off this tile, which I taught her in our training game. That's like very, very juicy.
Yeah, and I felt like I didn't take advantage of enough. Okay, then because I was going to refresh like a turn or two before I was thinking about it. Okay, now I can play a card, which was going to be. Oh. This guy lets me activate an adjacent face-up card's ability. So that's just doing this without having to play a worker, right?
Yeah, it's like pretending you put the worker on it. You get to fire it off one time. So you could do the Vanquish on this one or the Vanquish on this one. That's funny, though, that you swept them and it changed what's here. That gives you new options now, so it changes maybe your plan.
Yeah, because I don't think that was what I was going to originally do, but now...
Yeah, but now it's an option that's like, ooh, maybe I want to change my plan, which is kind of, I love the flux of it. It's like things change even on your turn.
Okay, I think I go... Oh my god. I want to do that. Okay, I think this is going to be the card I play, which is going to give me a power. And then I will put a red worker on it. So I can either activate an adjacent face up. Oh, but I think I need to do his ability to get the benefit underneath. Yeah, I think I need to do it this way. I can either activate an adjacent face up card's ability or vanquish. If you vanquish removes the final corruption, you may gain the revealed benefit, which I think I need to do because I want to do what's under there. So I will vanquish for 4, going to 3. And then I'll vanquish for 3, going to 0. And then I gain the benefit of an item.
You can upgrade one of those items. It becomes a permanent ability for the rest of the game, tucked under your mat.
Which was going to be this one. So let's do like this. So whenever you gain at least 2 guile during your turn, I also gain a power.
And how much is it worth at the end of the game?
4.
4 victory points. Whoa, looks like you're kind of following my strategy a little bit here. Okay. My turn?
Yes.
All right. Let's do a...
What am I doing after this?
Gather and play. I'm going to gather, which on this tile is a guile and a power. Guile, power up to 2. And I'll play a card. I'm going to play this card, which I didn't fully read and understand how it works. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm going to gain this power right here from playing the card. Then it says gain the core value of all adjacent face-up cards. Then sweep only those cards. And I always think adjacency, I'm thinking like, oh, I play this in my row, and then this is adjacent. I'm like, that's not that good. But then when you realize that if I put this little red worker on here, I'm going to gain the core value of all adjacent cards, so it matters where my mech is.
Oh, yeah.
So I gain this core value, and this core value, which is 3 power, where I'm at right now. 1, 2, 3. But if I had like 1 meteorite melded, this would have been 2 power, and 1 power. It's like crazy what this card's potential is if you're in the right spot with the right cards. Of course, a lot of it's random and I can't control it, but that's a neat card now that I realize what's happening there. And then I sweep these away, so I can't just do that again and again and abuse it.
There were some items in there I wanted.
Sorry. You sweep, I sweep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's so cool. I love the ever-changing market, though. It's super fun how, like, adjacency matters and you're just, like, sweeping cards away and gaining cards all the time. So it was always changing. So I did my gather. I did my play. Your turn.
Okay. I need to play. I don't need to gather. So where do I want to go? Oh no, I want to play first. Okay, we're going to play this card, which is going to give me a guile. Oh, it's purple worker. Hold on, rewind. Maybe that doesn't matter. No, doesn't matter. Okay, not rewind that. We're going to move first. Oh, I'm not moving. Whoa. Did I move this already? I didn't. I need to pick what I need to do, right? Or did I? Oh my God, I'm losing my marbles. Yeah, I need to pick what I'm going to do. And I don't need to gather, what I was saying. I'm going to...
Oh, don't forget to trigger item rob. Oh, yes. My upgrade. Yeah, I definitely gain the 2 power. Yes, so I also gain a guile. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to get that to fire off, and I forget, like, when I do it, and in my head, I know I'm going to do it, and then I forget to do it. Like, I'm trying to get it to work. There's a lot going on.
I'm going to move.
Thank you.
There. Then I'm going to play a card. I think it's going to be this one, which gives me a power. And then I can put a red worker on it, which says discard a card to gain 2 power. So I just take one of these and put them up here.
What? Sorry?
If it says discard a card, or is that like
yeah, discarding is from your hand to your active row.
Okay, which is going to be this one.
And you don't get the benefits like when you play it.
Okay. And move and play. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I will do a... I'll do a play and a move. And I'll move. And then I'll play this card, gaining a power, putting a yellow on here that allows me to vanquish. To vanquish, I need to spend 5 guile down to 0. I get this token. After each corruption you gain, which is 1, I also gain a guile and a power. I gain 2 power on my turn, so I also gain a guile. Your turn.
I'm not going to move. I'm going to play this one, gaining a guile. Then I'm going to gather, gaining 2 guile. And I can upgrade an item, which will be this one. Throwing that under here, which says once per turn, if you gain a card to your active row, you may place a worker on it to activate its ability. And then this triggers whenever you gain at least 2 guile during your turn, you also gain a power. And done. Okay.
All right. I will do a move and a gather. And I'll gather a power and a guile. And it's your turn.
I will move and gather. I will move here. Yes. And I will gather, if you will. This goes here. But once per turn, I can put this worker on. Place a worker on an active card to activate its ability. Don't have, so that doesn't matter. Let's just save that. And then I can recover someone, which I think is going to be this one. Go ahead.
I will move and play. I will play this card. Give me a guile. I'll put a yellow worker on it, which will allow me to refresh.
Oh, wow. So good.
Okay, and then I'll move. Let's go see what's going on over here. It's the Weird Forest. 10C, purple worker. So it's where you can gain a purple worker, and also melding is possible. 5+ corruption.
3.
Okay, 3 guile. What else we get?
3.
Nowheresville. 3, okay. That's me, go ahead.
I will not move. I will gather first. Thank you. What's an item? Oh, yes. Okay. And then this says that once I can put a worker on it, so which says gain a worker. Let's gain a... purple could be interesting. But let's gain a red worker. Thank you. And then whenever you gain a worker, also gain a power. Okay. And then that was my gather. Now I can, oh, and I get to recover something. Let's recover this one. And then play something. I think I just do that again. I will gain a purple worker, please. And that will gain me a power.
Nice.
Go ahead.
All right. I will. Let's do a move and gather. I will move here and gather that. Go ahead.
Okay, I will move and play. Move here. And then I will play this one, which gives me a power. I have no stars. Then, yeah, okay. Then I will put a red worker on it to vanquish, spending 5 power, going to 4, taking this. And then I removed it so I can gain its benefit, and I will put a star on having 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
My turn?
Yes.
All right. I will. Let's do. I'm going to do a move. I'm going to venture in the north. And I found the Stormy Sea, location 19, with a sweep, gain adjacent action, and a boast, but it's going to get 8+ corruption put on it instead of the usual 5 we see in the central locations.
3.
Okay.
4. Oh, that's
So
only
it's
7.
so it gets a 3rd token.
3.
Okay. So that's 10.
That is 10.
10 total corruption out of all that mix. Okay. So I can play 7. Yeah, all right. So let's do Wolfie Boy. I'm going to play Wolfie Boy. Wolfie Boy says I gain a... Actually, no, maybe not Wolfie Boy. Let's do this other one I have that vanquishes. So I'm going to play Raise a Corrupted Building, which will gain me 1 power, which I can take. Or I could take it after. I'm going to take it after. I'll do the vanquish first by putting yellow worker here. And it says vanquish, and after each corruption you gain, also gain a power and a guile. So I will spend 1, 2, 3 to vanquish the first token. That will gain me a power and a guile. I will then continue my vanquish action to spend 4 down to 3 guile to take this token, gain a power and a corruption. Then I'll spend 1, 2, 3 guile to take this one, gain a power and a guile. Sorry, and then that's me. Go ahead.
All right. I'm not going to move. I will gather first, gaining a power and a guile. And then I can boast, which I can put a star on having 7 workers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I can...
So just a note, so this one, it's good that somebody finally did it. So you actually can only place 1 star here with the workers or the map tokens. You can't do both. So Mel's only star in this last section. It's a weird one. It works different than these other ones, just FYI.
Okay, then I can play. Which I think I'm going to play this one here, gaining me a guile. I don't have any mended cards. And I can put a purple worker on here, which says gain 1 face-up meteorite to your hand. Which I think is only these 2, right? Or red. See symbols. That's all the same. I'll take this one to my hand. And then I don't have 2, so I don't gain anything.
So that gets replaced by salvage an idle mech. Activate the ability of any face-up item.
Oh,
that's
cool. Okay, done.
All right. I'm going to do a gather and play. Let me gather and do the boast action. I'm going to put a star out that I have 8 cards, not including ones that I've attached. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, at least 8. Okay, so that one's locked in. Now I can play. Play this card to gain a guile. Oh yeah, I forgot this. I should have an extra guile from this, from doing all that power last turn. Yeah. Whenever you gain at least 2 power during a turn, which I gain like a whole bunch, I also should gain a guile. So I should have that extra guile. Just remembered.
Oh, I think I should also have 1 more as well, because whenever I gain 2,
and then I'll put this yellow worker here and gain a guile.
Forget about these.
And rescue a card. I'll rescue this one. Back to here. Go ahead.
All right, I will not gather, so I'll move and play. I'll go 1, 2, and then I'll...
Oh, actually, this gather is all of these.
Yeah.
It's not or. I've done that wrong before, probably. It's not like this one. So I forgot to sweep, and I also didn't gain an adjacent
then I cheated
benefit.
on this one. Sorry, I did both.
Oh,
and then I wouldn't have got the power. No. Sorry. Yes, there was a line there. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I just realized like this dotted line around the thing, it messes with me. I always think it's like this because it's covered. It's never part of this, but in this one, it actually is all of them because I'm used to seeing this.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I just saw that. Okay, so sorry. Sweeping.
Sorry, I'll
will
go
just sweep
back to
these away.
Which was here.
For fun. And then gain adjacent benefit. The only benefit adjacent is what I would gain a purple worker, just FYI. So it doesn't matter.
Okay, so then I
doesn't change much.
Not gather. I will move 1, 2, and then I will play this card, gaining a guile. I have 2 stars, so I gain 1 power and I gain a guile. And then this is whenever you gain at least 2 guile, gain a power. And then I will put a blue worker on here to solve this one, which I am on space 4. I need to spend 1 power and put this underneath, but it's going to give me a face-up item card. Let's do like this. So face-up item card is going to be that one or that one. I think I'm going to take this one. That goes here. And I can't use my ability because I don't have a blue worker on it. Go ahead. Oh, did we see Jacko's?
I'm not sure. Jacko, thank
Thank
you
you
for the super chat.
10 months.
Chat says you forgot item.
I think you got it after.
Oh,
right?
I probably got it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fender says, forgot the item again, Rob. Yeah, I did. Thank you. I caught it without seeing in the chat though. I'm getting better. I'm learning. All right. Okay. So then we want to.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to refill this?
Oh yes. Find a former factory engineer. Let's do a gather and move. I will gather. Let's sweep and just replace that, whatever. And then
Oh yeah, thank you. Core value from Solve Quest. I get
yeah, I get the one you did too, the one you just solved also.
I always forget that.
Yeah, because you don't read the rest of the card.
Sorry.
RTFC.
Sorry.
Okay, so back to my turn. I swept adjacent benefit. I guess just another purple worker, whatever. I don't really care about that part. And then I will boast a star onto having enough map tiles. And then I will move. Where are we moving? I don't know. What is here? That's 9. We got a 6 here. Doable. Not gonna be good. So yeah, I'll just move to here. Go ahead.
I will not play. I will move and gather, and I will move here. And I will choose
RTROTC. Read the rest of the card. Yeah, that's right.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not RTFC. RTROTC.
You could add an F in there, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm just going to do
RTROTFC. There you go. That's the correct one.
I'm just going to do this part of the card, of the gather, to for an item. So let's put, was it this one? Yes. Let's attach this item. So we moved and we gathered just this side. Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Wayham saying, is Scythe better? I don't know if you're asking us, but in my opinion, they're two different games, and it's up to taste. They're different games. They just have the same world. But in my opinion, I like Scythe better because there's more interaction between the players, more tension, more ability to mess with your opponents. It's a more competitive game. But if you have, you know, I'm not trying to generalize, but it appears the popular majority of our hobby, the board gaming hobby, doesn't like confrontation. And that's why the Euro genre and like all the games that come out of Essen, the big Essen releases and all that, a lot of them are mostly just like kind of like multiplayer solitaire. This is more closer to multiplayer solitaire type of Euro. There is some tension of trying to race each other, but I can't tell you one is better. In my opinion, I like Scythe better, but a lot of board gamers, I think, if they didn't like that aspect in Scythe, this kind of fixes that. There's still the same engine kind of building to it. The same, you can't do the same actions every single turn. The competing for points to end the game is all there. There's just less, I'm going to move in, fight your mech, destroy your meeples, send them all home, steal your resources. There's less frustration possibly for some players. Yeah.
So maybe this is better if you're playing solo?
Yeah.
And Scythe is better if you have more people? Would you say?
No, I think they're both fine. That's how I would look at them. Because like majority of games that come out in our hobby, it seems, and the majority of the hot games on BGG that everyone loves are all ones that are like, there's no like head to head. It's all working together or multiplayer solitaire where you're competing for victory points. you're not really take that. A lot of players get turned off by having their game session, quote unquote, ruined by another player just like stomping on them and doing some strategy that they didn't see and like stealing their points and stuff like that. Some people don't like that, to lose in that way. So a lot of the hot games, a lot of the games that come out don't have those aspects in them. And I love that stuff. I love to just like ruin people's days. I don't mind if they ruin my day. I love it. It's just a freaking game.
Yep.
Let's add some tension. Let's add the player to have the ability to like outsmart you, and not just with like victory point score. Like, I'm playing on my side of the table, you're playing on your side of the table. No, I want to get to the table to interact with players, not just interact with them. Hey, how's your day doing? Now let's be quiet while we take our turns, play our game, and we'll talk at the end of the game and let each other know how our scores were. Like, there's a little bit of confrontation in this game of blocking spaces and deciding when you want to score and close off the game, right?
Yeah.
And steal cards that other players might want or sweep them away. But those are the two, like from a high level, if I'm comparing Scythe to this game, that's how I would say, like, if you're only picking one, which you don't have to do, that's the two differences. They both have engine building. They're both beautiful games. They both have the same theme to them. You know, your engine building, the card play, all that stuff. Well, I guess the action ability. But they just like, it lost that aspect of Scythe. Like, it's definitely the more toned down, I don't want my feelings hurt version of Scythe, if that makes sense to you. But you can play Scythe that way. You could play Scythe with a bunch of players who never want to fight each other. But the tension is still there that it could happen. And the threat is there of somebody can mess with your stuff. And there's even a faction that's like focused on it if they want the points. So if they're in the game, you're like, uh-oh, that person's going to be looking for victims. But this game, it's like, oh no, you took my spot. I'll just take it 2 turns from now when you have to move off it. Like,
yeah,
darn shucks, you took that card. Oh, there's 6 other cards that just showed up in the next turn that I could pick from that keep cycling, and I can cycle them myself. So hopefully that makes sense. But I can't tell you if it's better because I'm just one dude. But in my eyes, I like Scythe better personally. But both of them are fine games to me. But again, my tastes are probably way different than your tastes, budget, selection, play group, all that stuff. You know, depends what mechanics you like and stuff like that. But this is a fine engine building game. Is it trying to be better than Scythe? I don't know. That's totally up to each individual person who plays it and tries it, right? I personally think it's not, but that's me. But it's still a great game, and I don't have to choose between them. I have both. So who cares? Which one will see the table more? I don't know. Maybe my play group likes this one better if I had to choose and doesn't want that whole take that. Maybe I find out that they didn't like that stuff and they hate the combat in that game. Who knows? But yeah, I love the combat in Scythe, and I like that it may happen in a game and it may never happen in a game, and it may happen a couple times. It may happen a lot. I love how every time I play, it's like different.
Yeah.
And the threat is there. Like, you're getting greedy with resources in the corner of your map. Somebody might come for them. Who knows? But yeah, I love that. Anyways.
I don't know whose turn it is.
I don't know what is happening.
Did you just uncover that?
You were about to
tile?
go probably, and I started answering chat.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's my turn.
I don't know if you took your turn while I was talking.
I don't know. The last thing I did was this upgrade.
Maybe someone in the chat knows, but yeah.
That's the last thing I did. But
yes, Pestilence knows. Woo! I own both. Why choose? Yeah, exactly.
Bender might be able to tell us whose turn it is because they've been
yeah,
super helpful in correcting.
Does anyone know whose turn it is? Because I went off on a rant and I don't remember. I assume I'm usually done my turn and I start reading chat, and I try to do it quietly, but sometimes I interrupt Mel and I do that. That's my problem.
I know the last thing I did was this.
It's always Mel's turn. I don't trust Matthew, so we're gonna keep next. Next. Matthew already gave away that he was team boat mech over here.
Yep. We're trying, Matthew.
Team Viking ship mech.
We're trying.
AKA Team Mel.
What did you do on your turn? Do you remember the last thing you did? You uncovered that space, right? Or no?
I think I moved there. I played this card maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either.
I'm not sure. I don't really care.
I know.
You can have an extra turn, but yeah.
Well, no, I don't want to cheat. I can scrub back.
I don't know. Bender got carried away too. Yeah, see, we all get talking and like everyone forgets. Yeah, it's not going to stop me from doing that, but it does. I'm sorry for anyone watching later is like frustrated. It was like, damn it, why does he keep going off topic? Or, well, it's not off topic, but like, play the damn game, you know? Tom says, I think it's Rob. I like Tom.
Oh.
Tom says, I think it's Rob's turn.
Well, I'm scrubbing back.
He uncovered a new space, then Mel went. Question? Not sure.
Oh, I did go last. It is Rob's turn. Yep, I go.
Mel was trying to cheat and take another turn.
I go, and then...
Yeah, you probably did finish your turn and then join the conversation, maybe?
Yep, it's Rob's turn.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're right.
I'll stop reading chat and talking to them. I'm sorry.
No. It's all good.
Stop interrupting.
We just have to say, like, okay, it's Rob's turn after this. It's all good.
Mr. Wayham, all your fault. You ruined everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, see, Mitch, it says when Rob senses he's losing, he will interrupt Mel and rant to try to throw her off her game. He did almost give me an extra turn though, because that would have been a big asterisk if I won. I want to win legit.
That's how much I don't care about winning. I was going to let Mel take 2 turns in a row.
Or he knows he's almost going to win, and he's going to be like, it's over soon.
I don't know what's going to happen because there's so much uncovered stuff that who knows what can happen.
I know.
Like I could find all of a sudden a card shows up that's like, oh wow, that works awesome with my engine. I got to grab that, so I'm not going to go do this anymore. Or I move and uncover a tile, and it's like, whoa, that tile's awesome, or it sucks, or it has the vanquish points on it I need, and it's perfect, and the ability underneath it's awesome. Blah blah blah. Like with the unknown and the discovery in the game, like I love that. I love how you never know like where a tile's going to be, and should I hunt it down? Will the other players find it first? If I find it now, do I want to move to it and have a gather ready? Or do I want to just gather now and then move to it and worry about it later? You know, I love that, all that decisions, all that choice, all the unknown in the discovery. I love it. So with that said, I don't know what I was doing, but let's just do a, let's do a play and gather. Maybe. Let's see. No, not a gather. Let's do a play and a move. I think. Oh, now I'm not sure if that was my thing.
Think about it. It's fine.
I don't know if I moved and played now. I moved this token again.
Oh, I can go and find that out too.
Yeah, where was my token when we were talking? Just look to where I was ranting at the screen, and where is it?
I have to go like this, sorry.
Yeah, and you can zoom it too.
It was in the middle.
Middle? Yeah, okay, I was right. Okay, so I covered up the play. Yeah, I did the gather to get the purple worker again. Okay, so now I'm going to... Could I play? Yeah, let's do the play. Let's do a play and a gather. It sucks. Jacko, thank you for gifting 5 memberships, but you're not helping me focus on what I'm trying to do on my turn.
I saw it, but I was like, well, wait a minute so that Rob knows where he is. And
Jacko, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm trying to play a game. Stop helping support the channel with your generosity.
Thank you.
Craig, your hour is over. You can't just do what you want anymore.
Oh, now he's banked some more time here.
Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very grateful. Thank you. All right.
The other ones I'm sure will pop as well.
Oh my God.
And Rob starts thinking again.
Yeah, Tom, you're right. This game you need to focus. Yeah, there's so many things going on. Plus the other players at the table, you got to kind of pay attention to what's happening. Like, but yeah, we're just having fun. We're just showing off the game, right? So it's all good. But that's what I'm going to say until I win. Amanda, thank you for the super chat. Member for 9 months.
Wow.
No game playing, only chatting with friends.
Thank you.
I would love to do that, and that's fine for the live viewers. Some are okay with that. Most are okay with that. But the people who watch later don't like using the scrub function, and
yeah, sometimes get mad.
Sometimes don't like the rants, but a lot of them do. A lot of people comment later and say like, yeah, I like this and that part. It's fine. If I don't, I scrub, it's fine. But yeah. So I would love to do that. We need to do more Q&As where we just chat, and those are where we should be doing that. But all of the chats have been relevant to this game, so I don't feel bad. But yes, I would love to just only chat with friends. I don't want to play these crappy board games. I just want to chat about them.
See, that's why it's fun for me, because when I do the paint streams, we can just chat about whatever, and we do.
I know.
And it's so fun.
I know.
I love it.
I chat during my streams, solo board gaming streams also, but then I get lost of where I am and what I'm doing all the time. Squirrel.
Amanda, thank you so much.
Thank you, Amanda.
9 months. Time's flying.
All right.
You're picking your play.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I just have choice. That's the problem, but I play this, I vanquish after each. No. I will do doggy. And I will do the ability first. I will vanquish. Oh no, I need to gain first. That's the problem. And I can't.
See, Rich, thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are so funny. You're really dragging out Rob's turn here.
Rich, thank you so much for the forced memberships.
Thank you. Oh, that's so funny.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Jack says golf rules. Everyone stay quiet. Let Rob take his turn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very generous.
Thank you.
Very generous.
KCH was targeted. Go tell her.
Nice. Oh my god. All right. Oh.
You can come back to my turn. I'm not going to remember what I was thinking.
Yeah. Hold on.
No, take your time. No, I got time to think.
Yeah, I'll do the play and gather. I'll play this card, which gains me a... Yeah, I'll gain a power. I'll put a red worker, which will gain the core value of all adjacent face-up cards. So a power I'm going to lose because there's one here, but I still gain 2 guile. Mm-hmm. And then I'll sweep these all away. The flex capacitor, which I like the way they put this on the card. Anyone who knows Back to the Future, I'm assuming it's the flux capacitor reference, and that's like what it looks like in the car, right? Or my memory's messing with me, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on there. Oh, okay. And then I can gather, which is the problem. I don't want to keep gathering here.
You don't want all the purple work.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, I'm definitely messing up here. I keep forgetting that the gather is not what I wanted. It's fine. Oops, sorry. Yeah, the gather purple worker, sure. Yeah, I have gotten off track. It's fine. I'll blame chat. It's all good.
Only if you lose.
Oh yeah, and I gain enough power, right? I gained. I only gained 1 power because I couldn't gain more. Yep. Oh yeah, I messed that up too. Yeah, I played the wrong card. It's fine. Just go. Just go. I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna play and gather. I'm gonna play first.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I'm gonna play first. We're gonna play this one, which is gonna give me a power. I don't have anything here, so that's fine. I can put a red worker on it, which says gain 1 face-up quest to your hand. Let's do this one to my hand. So that's going to go here. That was my play. Then my gather, I'm going to do this up. Oh, sorry. Will you refresh this for me? Oh, that one would have been better. A cool one. That one would have been better. Okay. Anyways, it's fine. Then where was I? Gathering. We're going to do this one so I can sweep. Let's sweep away this, and this one. And then I can refresh all my cards. Go ahead.
All right. Let's go with a play and a move. I'm going to play. Yeah, this is a mess up.
I figured out. I know, Jacko, hopefully.
I'll do a move. Go here.
Oh.
Tarkovsky's Lair, which is going to have the 20-point corruption on it. I found it. Okay, now I have a play. Hmm. Hmm. This is tough, man. It's like the unknown I should have played before I left, but I got risky. I was hoping it's any other thing but that, actually. I needed it to be like regular corruption. So now I don't have enough to vanquish that. I don't think. This one. Need to. Let's play this one to gain a guile. And then I'll put this here to refresh. Go ahead. Ugh. My strategy fell apart.
Okay, let's do move and gather. Okay, and then let's gather 2 guile. That gives me 1 power. Go ahead.
Hmm. To play. Yeah. Yeah, let's do oh man. Yeah, I'll do a move and gather, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like lost. 14. Wow. Yeah, I shouldn't have been doing this. Okay. 8 plus corruption. Gather, I get a map token that's useless.
Oh,
Wow.
4 and 4.
Nice. All right, your turn. Yeah, it fell apart.
I'm not going to move. I'm going to play first. It doesn't matter. So I just need that. So let's go and play that one. I'm not putting a work on it, but I will gain a guile. Whenever you have 10 guile, you may decrease your guile by 3 and gain 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. I'll do that and gain 3 victory points. And then my gather, thank you, will be, I'll put an item in there. Probably. I'll wait until next turn. I will gain 2 guile, and then whenever you gain at least 2 guile during your turn, also gain a power. Okay, go ahead.
I'll move and play. I think. I'll just play this one. Gains me a guile. I'll put a yellow worker to gain a guile. And rescue a card.
Okay. I will not gather. I will play. No, I need that. I'll move first. That's not going to be good. Whatever. Maybe it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, I can just play this actually. Okay, let's play this one. Gaining a guile. I have 10, so I will decrease by 3. 1, 2, 3, and I will gain 3 more victory points. Then I will move to here.
It's this put it to 2, 3.
Oh, put it 2, 3.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
It's not spend 3.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had this card before. Yeah, whenever you have 10
Oh,
guile,
2, 3.
you may decrease it to number 3 on your track and gain 3 money.
Sorry.
Yeah,
and then
it's
I
not
gained
that broken.
No, then after that, then I gained this one on here.
Is
Oh,
it
okay, that would be
attached?
broken. So this is, yeah, it's attached. That I don't.
Get out
Sorry.
of here.
So I'm at 4. Okay, I see. Okay, that I was like, that's way too good to be true then. Okay, go ahead.
Cheater,
Sorry.
McCheaterson.
Yes.
All right.
Go ahead.
I will do a play and gather. I will play first. What's under here? A boasty boast. I'll just do this card to play. I'll do the ability first, I think, and I'll vanquish. Going down to 0 on everything to gain this. And then I will gather. Oh yeah, when I gain each corruption token you gain, also gain 1 power, 1 guile. Okay, and then oh yeah, and then I take this, and then because I gain at least 2 power my turn, I gain a guile. And then I will gather this whole line, which I don't think matters too much. Maybe I'll do this adjacent ability thing. So this would gain me a face-up card, which I guess could be this one. Whenever you gain a card, you may pay power and a guile to gain a victory point. Of course, there's no cards that use purple workers. But yeah, I don't think it matters too much. I'll just take this guy, I guess. I don't know. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I'm doing this ability. And then it says whenever you gain a card, so this is for the rest of my turn, I may spend 1 and 1 to gain a money. Do I want to do such things? Probably. Sure. 1 money. Where's a 1 money? Yeah, I got 1 money. All right, and then I'll replace this. And I can boast. So I will boast that I have the little 20 corruption token. Go ahead.
I will not move. I will play. Yeah. We'll play this card. I gain 2 guile, 1, 2, and 1 power. And then I will put a worker on here. And I will solve this quest, which is at space number 3. I need to spend a guile. And I get the benefit of refresh. Let's come back.
And did you solve it with the one that lets you gain the core value of all your other cards or whatever?
Yes, I did. Which is 1, 2, and then the power I don't get, and then the benefit of this I don't get. So that's fine. Oh, and then gather, I can take any card. This one.
Placed with the portal orb.
Okay.
All right. Move and play. I will move. Yeah, let's do move and play. Play this one, gain a power, gain the core value of all adjacent thingies. 1, 2, 3, going to 4. Sweep them all away, and it's your turn.
You don't need to
Oh yeah, I did put a red worker there.
Okay, we're not going to play. We're going to move. 1, 2, and we're going to gather, just attaching an item, which will be this one, which is whenever you gain a worker, also gain a power. All right, go ahead.
I will. Let's do a move and gather. I could just do a move and a play. No, I just did that. Yeah, let's go 1, 2. And it is the mining town, which allows you to play a card if you gather and maybe upgrade.
5 on there.
A 5 power. So then I have a gather, which I can play. So let's play this leader guy. Oh, I don't have a red. Let's, I don't know. I need to benefit. Upgrade that card. Oh. Gives me 2, 4. This gives me 2, 4. Need power. This is tough, man. Yeah, I'll just play this guy for a guile 1, 2 power. That's it. So that was my move and my gather. Done. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm going to move here, and I'm going to play this card, gaining 2 guile and a power I can't take. Then I'm going to put this blue worker on here to solve on number 12. Yep. So I have to spend 2 guile. That'll give me a token from here and 1 victory point. Thank you. Then I will gain all of the abilities here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1 power, which I can't take. Then this says whenever you are at 10 guile, you may decrease your guile to 3 to gain 3 victory points. Okay, that was my play and my move. Go ahead. Oh, and then I can't gain power now.
I don't know if I gained my guile for gaining 2 power. Probably didn't do it. Probably didn't do it on the last turn when I played this guy.
See, it's funny. I use this cup like all year round. I don't even care. Like, it is a Christmas cup, but I like the size of it.
Okay. Let's do a move and play. I'll play my Wolfie, who will give me 2 power and a guile. 1, 2, and a guile, and that gives me an extra guile from my getting 2 power on the same turn. I'll do this to vanquish, spending 6. 1, 2, 6 down to 2, getting 2 more of these tokens. And I revealed this benefit, so Wolfie says I can do the melding. And my options, that one sucks. This one's okay. I'll meld this card, which will attach underneath, and I'll gain $1 per map.
Oh my gosh.
But it's to a max of $3.
Thank goodness.
I know. Imagine it worked that way.
Oh my God. I was like, he just won.
Yeah. 1,000 points. So I gained just 3 victory points. We'll take 3 coins. Okay. And then that was what? That was I moved there. I played this one. I resolved everything. I did my item. And I'm good. Go ahead.
All right. I'm not going to move. I'm going to play a card first, which is going to be this one, which is going to give me 1 power I can't take. It's going to give me 2 guile because I have 2 stars, which triggers that ability, but I can't take the power. I'm going to activate his ability by putting a red worker on it, but I'm going to activate an adjacent face-up card, which is going to be this one, to pay a guile to meld this, which is going to give me 1 victory point per quest I control.
Whoa, up to a max of $3.
Yeah, so 3. Oh yeah, which...
you need 3 monies.
3 monies.
3 monies.
Okay, that was my play. And then my gather, I will just gather this one, putting a star on the 4 quests I have in play. Go ahead.
All right, I'll move and gather. 1, 2. Rescue another card, either gain its core value or activates ability. I don't know if it matters. Oh, I could.
Once somebody puts the 4th star on here, it's over. So it's we both have 3.
I'll just do it. I this probably could do something with this card of solve, but I'm on 20. I don't have 20's card. Nah, it's okay. So yeah, I'll just gather. I'll just take the boast, whatever high boast that I have. 7 or more of these corruption tokens. That then was my turn, but that signals the end of the game, sort of. That the 4 tokens placed means we have 1 more round where the game will end after I take my last turn. So Mel gets 1 more turn, I get 1 more turn, then it's over and we add points. So go ahead, Mel, take your turn.
All right, I'm just going to move and gather. I will gather first. I will add my star to having 4 items.
4 upgrades?
4 upgrades. And then I will move. It doesn't really matter, so I'll just move here.
Okay, final turn. A blue. There is like a play. Don't know if it matters. Like solving. I don't have the guy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of don't care, but I don't know. Like maybe it matters if I do a melded card. I'll just move and play. I'll just do like a random move. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't think it matters. Probably something I do here, but I've just like lost concentration to worry about it. So the play, I don't think it
I guess it doesn't matter, but that's there in case you...
Yeah, I don't think it changed anything. Refresh. Expose benefit. I don't have a blue worker to place on there, so that doesn't matter. And rescuing a card doesn't matter. So we'll just say I'm done. Okay. I'll play like whatever and just do this and this and this. Because the ties, I think, go to based on resources or something. So just in case, I should probably finish my turn. And then rescuing, sure, Wolfie. You get rescued. Done. All right.
All right.
Now we add up. So based on money we have, so we got our money. All right. I'm going to start piling it up here. So it's separate. Then based on upgrades, how much money do you need for all these upgrades you have? Tell me.
For a 12.
12 monies. So I have a 10 and maybe a 3, and I'll take a 1 back. All right. I only get 4, so I'll take a 5 and put a 1 back. Next is corruption, let's say. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So I'll put this back and take 21. What about your corruption?
8.
8. Let's go with, I'll take this and give you back 11. Okay. Then there's stars. So mine are easier. I have 4 stars, only worth 5 because I have no solved quests. Trying something different, seeing what happens. And that'll give me 20, right?
And I have 3 plus, so I get 40.
You get 10 for
star?
4 stars. 40, double what I just got for my stars. Boom. Okay. And that is all, right? So I'm pretty sure you crushed me.
3, 6, 9. I think I have 70.
So this can be a 20 to make it
And
easier.
this is 10.
And that's a 10.
Yep, so I got 70.
70
Sorry.
points, easy. And then I got 46.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. Because see what happens. So there was a point in the game where I had a plan and then I forgot all that it was. And then I realized it cascaded into me like breaking what I was planning on doing long term. And then I just got a little bit unlucky and I explored too much and did random flips, which led to like inefficient turns, which I told Mel in our training, like, don't do that. And I watched her not do it. She let me do all the exploring. So see all these resource map tokens? I have no way to spend them. But then stuff like this comes up and I'm like, there is a strategy in the game that if you find the engine, you could turn this into a beautiful little strategy, right? Where you're like spending, there is a mech that's actually built on spending map tokens to gain benefits. Yeah. So this little strategy, totally, every time I get a map token, I realize I was getting less victory points on a turn than you were. So I'm like, I'm literally going backwards in the game is how I was feeling. That's why I was kind of getting a little frustrated because I was like, oh, damn it. I forgot I need to do this first and this first. So there were times when I should have had plenty of resources to vanquish, but I got there and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't do this last turn that I forgot to do because I should have done whatever, but it's all good. Just excuses. But yeah, it's like I wanted to see, so my goal, I didn't want to say it out loud, but I've played this game a handful of times and I've tried all different strategies. My strategy this time was to see if I could attach no cards and what it would do. But,
no cards.
Yeah, but then I got greedy when I played the wolf and it would like let me do the upgrade. I'm like, should I upgrade? I'm like, I don't want to just not take a benefit the game is giving me to put.
If you have, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'll just do it. But it ruined it. Then the melding, I was trying to avoid melding, but then it was there and I'm like, I might as well just meld it with the wolf. And then it's like a few victory points. But imagine I didn't do that. I'd have even less victory points. But obviously I wouldn't have gone to those places because I wouldn't do those actions. But I was trying to see if I rushed. But then the problem is my rush strategy of attaching no cards fell apart when I wasn't officially getting my vanquishes to close off the game like 6 turns ago like I planned. But it fell apart and my vanquishing all didn't line up. When I found this Truskovsky thing, that's when it like totally was like, I can't even do what I want to do because I discovered that and I just need to vanquish one more regular. That's all I was looking to do. Not boast, not find Truskovsky's lair. But once I found it, I was like, okay, I guess I'll go for this now, but I want to go for this later because I had a vanquish engine going with like this kind of stuff. So I wanted to just vanquish to get that star. This would then fill my vanquishing, my guile and power back up.
Yeah, so you can just keep doing it.
Well, no. So then when we found Truskovsky's lair was supposed to be my last star.
I see.
I closed off the game with a vanquish it away through the boast. It's locked.
Right.
And I know I could probably find it because I was the only one discovering. So eventually I'll hit it, right? But it just took too long and it came too early. It was all random. I was playing too much based on randomness. But hence, don't do that. I did it for science, but don't ever ignore attaching cards, especially when the game screws you. And when I got this guy, I was kind of upset right at the beginning.
For your strategy, yeah.
And then I was like, let's see if I ignore it. But I basically was playing with a blank mech. which is not good either, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm not going to lean into this. I just didn't want to.
Oh, I didn't even do my ability one time, which I totally forgot. You may trash a map, which I had one at any time to gain one.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, I totally.
You had the one that I was.
Yeah.
It would have worked out for
Because
me.
I read it
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I never did it one time.
Absolutely.
So I made the blame.
So yeah, I'm okay with losing. It's totally fine. I expected it to happen based on the way I looked at going. Like Mel's racking up the efficient turns, which is beautiful. But like my turns, were not efficient at all, as you saw. So like what my recommendation is now playing this game 4 times and like exactly what I explained to you before after our first teaching game is, so if you care about strategy, again, don't do as I do as I say. I don't know. Anyways, but what I've learned with this game is just you'll get high points if you're just like any Euro engine building game, especially the Stonemaier game ones, they're all kind of the same, is just make sure on your turn you're earning as many resources as possible, but don't earn too many that it's not getting you points. So in this game, like map tokens, if you have no way to spend them after like 3 of them or whatever, you know, this is useless. Or after you have 5 of them for this points here, useless, right? And getting no quests, you probably should get a couple quests because that's like exponentially good. But again, my engine was like all falling apart. I am so surprised though. You taught me something. Doing these abilities of you just grabbing random cards, I was like, how are you going to build any kind of point engine, but you still score 70 points doing that?
Well,
That blew my mind. That was super cool to see. I was like, yeah, Mel, sure. Here's another random card you may never solve, use, attach, whatever. But you were doing it and you were just leaning into it. And because these get you, even if you don't use these abilities, they get you points. And even if you don't care about these resources, they get you points later exponentially if you did this too, right?
Well, this too,
yeah,
mainly I wanted it for the recover, but I was like, either way, it's going to help me get the 8 cards I need. And it's just a for sure star. And I can try to make things work, especially when I had nothing at the beginning. I was like, okay, well, let's just see what happens and then try to build upon that. And that's what I tried to do.
But I thought you were crazy. Like when you were doing that, I was thinking you were being stupid like me, like gaining map tokens that you had no use for. You're gaining cards. I'm like, these are just going to sit there in her pile. She's never going to use it.
No, I was going to start working on these meteorites, but it was like this one over here and then the one that you were on over here for a while. And I was like, okay, well, I can't do that. So I'll just focus more on the items, which I can do. And then because my engine was really about guile, once I saw like this little area here, I was like, okay, I'm just going to hang out in this little area here.
That's how I usually
and then I have everything I need to do right there. And I'm close to this if I need. So that's kind of what I was thinking. But this one is huge. So
yeah.
And some of
as
these
I said
items
before,
really
with your strategy, like, yeah, you getting the sweep, like I didn't want to find that, but I did.
Yeah.
And it's that unluckiness of like, oh, I flipped this one. I don't even care about this stupid tile. And now I'm here. It's like, oh, whatever. Now you know where it is. So you don't have to waste your time looking around for it.
And it was right beside this one, which I liked and I wanted because it really just played with my strategy.
So the crazy things, I love this about this game. I love it about Scythe. There's a few other games like this that have this, like, whoever's the first person to kind of decide when the game ends is really cool. So you could have a play group that just doesn't go for these stars for a long time. So you could sit here playing for 4 hours, get up to like 150 points or whatever by just people attaching cards. Like there's a max to all of it for a reason. So the game doesn't go forever, but you could attach 4 things, attach this, solve this, just keep playing cards that generate things and vanquish. Like there's no limit to the vanquishing other than the tokens available in the game. But I'm sure if there's the players that you literally, there's one player at the table will dictate when they want to close the game off, right? So I could have kind of looked over and I could have played it like you can play it this way where it's like, what kind of points do you probably have? Because everything's open knowledge, but I don't know what you're going to do in the future, but everything's kind of open knowledge. So I could have sat there looking at your points and kind of decided like, man, I'm way behind probably. I should not end the game yet. But then if your engine's juicier than mine, that's just going to be, the lead's going to go, whoop, unless I'm leading to like having a huge payoff. But there's that risk, that beauty in underlying risk of like, I could be going for a payoff that you see coming, or, you know, you just close the game off before I get any of that off, which is cool. I like that in these games. And I learned that in Scythe over time is like, you got to pay attention. It's not multiplayer solitaire. You have to pay attention to everyone at the table. And in this game, it has that, which I think is much better than games that are multiplayer solitaire Euros. This has that whole, like, you got to pay attention to the other players at the table and see what they're doing. Because if you can have the power to close the game off, Is it right? Is it not? Will someone else do it? Or will they just keep teasing it and keep gaining points and you're like not sure, you know? Like I love that little variable in the game that's under the control of the players.
If you
It's really
didn't
cool.
do that star at the end there, I would have done it here because I did that before I moved. And then my plan was then I would have one more turn. I was going to go up here and just vanquish just to get 4 extra points.
Yeah. But I just had to close it off because
yeah.
it was like nothing was working for me. So I was like, I'm just gonna end it. I have to do it. I put myself out of my misery. But yeah.
Sorry.
But really cool. I like the game a lot. I do like it a lot. What do you think, Mel? What are your thoughts?
I like it. So it's hard for me because I'm trying to remember back to playing Scythe and all of the mechanics. Like I know about the board, like you can't do the same move or the same action.
Yeah, I remember you're like
times.
moving, you're uncovering things that making actions every time you place your little pawn better, and then you're moving around. You could fight with each other. You gain resources. You're putting them on the board so people can fight, send you home, steal your resources.
Yeah, so like I'm not remembering exactly every single mechanic.
So you're gaining resources. Remember, like you're plopping. You're trying to like whoever's the first to build all their mechs and like gain this much that and gain this and like tokens even. And there was that whole like bonus points of how you it was like your buildings, right? Remember you can plant buildings down that gain you more resources. There was like a variable victory condition that was like based on the direction you build in, if they're like beside rivers or oceans and stuff.
Okay, so
that's what I remember.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
It's been a while, so it's hard to like compare exactly. Like I would have to play this and then Scythe like kind of in combination to remember.
But again,
exactly,
you don't have to compare them. This should be compared more to other Euro games.
But I'm going to compare this just as a game itself, or like talk about it as a game itself. And I think this is really fun. As you said, it is very multiplayer or like a co-op, or what do you call that? Like what'd you say?
Multiplayer solitaire.
Multiplayer solitaire. And I agree with you that these are my two main cards. That this has that, other than the fact that, as you said, that someone can close the game out. So you're kind of watching as you get close, like until there's 3 stars on the board, you're kind of just doing your own thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
Now there was times where he was blocking me, like in this little area that he was doing, and I was like,
not on purpose, though.
No, not on purpose. It just you would like stay here, and then you wouldn't move, and I was like, okay, I gotta go do something else. Like while I'm waiting for those to uncover.
But that's built in the game though, because like you can't always just move,
right?
Because at some point you got to cover the move, right?
Right, and it's the same thing when there's times where I didn't want to move, or I wanted to do something, but I'm like, oh, I have to cover that. So I like this game a lot. Oh, sorry, I had one more card here. I like this game a lot. I think it's really fun. I'm trying to think. In my head, I think of it as like Scythe is very not combative, but it can be, which is fun depending on your group. This may be for a different player group, and that's fine. I think it is what it is, and I like that for that. Is there another like way to randomize the tiles?
No,
or that's just it. Like
this setup is it, and that's why I'm saying this game feels like it's a super simplified. It's not simple, but you know what I mean. Like
the game itself,
it has potential to get crazy, but you could tell this is a foundation built for potential expansions.
Yeah.
Like it feels like we just put the minimum in the game to play it a bunch of times. It's still great variability, replayability, all that stuff. I feel like it's there, but you can tell like this game is ripe for new tiles, new layouts, maybe victory conditions, maybe some kind of more PvP combat-y focused stuff to add in modules, like earning like it's a deck of cards, man. Any of these games, like the genius of these games are just built to throw more cards in this deck to give you more types of engines, building powers, whatever. The characters and companions, you know, like guaranteed you could add more. These are all pretty like boring, like they're all very similar, but I feel like you could get more creative with it to make the players more variable. You could like more mechs, like with different abilities and things. I can't see why that couldn't be added.
So the other thing that I wish about this game that doesn't have, unfortunately, is I wish that when you set the game up, you like took out 2 tiles or something, so you didn't know.
But that's where that's exactly what expansions would do to it. It feels like the FFG style where they give you like just enough cards that you'll see them a couple games and it's fine. But if you play this 10 times, you're going to see everything, get kind of bored of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like ripe for expansion. Exactly what you're about to say is what, right? You're about to say, like, you know, every tile in the game.
Yeah, like,
always.
It would be awesome if I was like, I really am looking for that refresh tile. I don't even know if it's in the game.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And I'm like hunting for it because like that's part of my strategy that I'm going to use, but it may not be in the game. Like, I wish there was that kind of factor in it. That's the only thing that I feel like, that I feel like is missing. But Overall, I think it's really fun. I like the game. However, though, I don't know that I would pull this out to play like just you and I as like maybe if we were
I
playing
want
in
to play
a
with more
group,
people.
sure. But as a point salad where it's just like do stuff to get points kind of game, I don't know that this is what I would pick. Just me and him. That's me.
Makes sense. That's what I feel too.
Okay, that's good.
Solo is fine.
Yeah.
There's other games I'd rather play solo. 2 players, okay. But like,
yeah.
I know why it says best of 3 on BGG. I think for a reason. I'd rather play this like 3 or 4 players. I think for sure is where I'd want to try it, because then there's more spots getting blocked. You're kind of a little more uncomfortable. Just like most worker placement games that don't shrink or expand based on the player count. The map is exact same no matter the players, right? So once you add more players, then the map gets a little tighter. People might explore more. Things will get uncovered faster. In this, like you could say there are 2 players. We could like literally just sit there in the south, and once someone uncovers 1 boast star, you really don't need to go anywhere else. You could pretty much get everything done unless you are in a vanquish strategy. Then you need to uncover, which I was doing. I was trying to uncover tiles that found some, like I would have a lot of power, but then all the guile kept coming out of the bag. It was all green tokens you were putting on locations. And I'm like, what the and then so I'm forced to discover stuff, and then I'm not finding the things I need. But with more players on the table, they'll start exploring and they'll start revealing things for me.
Yep.
And I'll start revealing things for them, and the game will progress. But when one player is never exploring and the other player is forced to, that player is probably going to lose. That's the one downside I kind of see, depending on what their strategy is. But again, if I had that map token mech, or I had the map token cards that I could spend map tokens or gain points for map tokens, then you're exploring, you're going nuts, which is cool.
I should have. I didn't even realize. But like as Joe's saying, since the quests are tied to the land tiles, I don't think it would be too easy to add more tiles. Before you answer that question, though, that's part of the thing that I'm saying too. Is like imagine you have these quests, and you're like, I don't even know if these tiles that I've taken these quests for are even in this game. Like that's the part that would be fun.
I think there is multiple quests per location too, right?
Yeah, because I did 2 at the same.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like 4s and 8s, I think there was. I don't know if they're all.
But I think in that case, yeah, how would that? They would have to like modify some rules, right? Like maybe it's oh yeah, true. So Joe, you think this game's just like locked? This is it, and you can't expand it at all? Like,
well, I think if they added more tiles, they just add more cards that you just shuffle in.
Yeah, it would just have to be balanced that like you don't know. And the balance there is if you want to grab these quest cards without knowing if the location's there, that's your risk.
Yeah, but that would
every
be the
player
fun
has
part.
the same risk.
Yeah.
So like a player could wait and be like, I'm not going to grab any quest cards till I see that location there. But then someone sweeps away cards and that quest card's gone.
Yeah.
Then the location gets flipped and they're like, oh crap, I should have taken it.
Yeah.
So the cool part is you don't need to solve your cards. You could use that quest card for just gaining resources, firing off its ability for the rest of the game. You don't have to solve every quest. So adding new tiles that aren't you could add tiles. You can solve that by adding tiles of the same numbers. And when you flip, you could add a tile that literally you flip over and it says number 7. Then you shuffle up the 7s and add a random 7.
Oh yeah.
That would be a little annoying maybe during play, but something along those lines.
I don't know. I just feel like something to make it feel like you're unsure of what's underneath those. Because as you play, you get used to what is in the south, what is in the central locations, and you're like, I knew I didn't need to go north at all.
But the truth is, why you don't really need to expand this game, and why you don't need to really expand any game in most cases, is if you play the game a few times, put it on the shelf, and you probably have many other games you could play in the meantime, and then come back to it later, it's going to feel kind of fresh again, right?
Yeah, I'll forget.
Yeah. So it doesn't need expansions. It just feels like it was designed for expansions. But there's a solution to everything to expand something, whether it should be expanded that way or not, or whether it's expanded in an elegant way. That's a whole other discussion, right? But yeah, a horizontal expansion. Oh God.
I don't know, but it's a fun game overall.
Yeah.
Like I don't dislike the game at all. And I'm curious to see it with more players.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool. Yeah, I do want to try it with higher player count. But anyways, yeah, still like the game. I think the game's cool. I definitely like what it does. It's not mind-blowingly crazy, awesome or anything, but it's definitely solid. Definitely a rock solid game, beautiful production, solid rules, strategies are there, lots of ways to win. Has enough tension that it's not a boring multiplayer solitaire where it's like you just play, do your stuff, and then add up your points at the end of the game. It's like there's a, as you see, there's a tension there where like, oh, they're gonna mess with me, or they took this, or they put their third star. Oh my god, it's gonna end soon. I need, the pressure's on. The pressure's on. Like, I love that. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think the mechanics of the game,
Yeah.
like move, play a card, gather the resources, like that's simple. But the strategy behind the order you do things and the way you play cards before or after you gather is where the game shines.
Yeah. And then wrapping back around, now that I've played multiplayer, and seeing how the multiplayer works, and then going backwards, comparing it to the solo I did with the stream and all that, and we went through the solo mode. The solo mode in this, again, so elegant, gives that feeling like you're playing with other players, because constantly they're moving around, vanquishing, discovering tiles, getting in your way, but it's so smooth. It just works. And they could close off the game on you too. So I think the solo is really well done. It does feel good. Playing it one way or the other, I think it's a fine solo game. If you want to learn it that way, play it that way, it all works. But again, I would love to see it at 3 or 4, because I think that's really where it would shine. But yeah. But anyways, both solo and multiplayer, both solid, both work, both are fine. But yeah, good stuff. Matthew says, I would play with you only if I could be yellow. Well,
oh, that's a problem.
Is there black? I could play black.
No.
There's not black? I think there is.
Maybe there is. I don't know. Do I have that over here? Yeah, there is.
Okay, I could play the black is fine. That's also fine. Black or yellow are totally okay. So yes, you could play with me. I'll let you choose yellow. Will I move your pawn by accident?
Yeah.
Yes. Will I look at the scoreboard and see yellow stars and think that's me and I've got them all there? Yeah, that would happen. I play with the yellow so much that I get screwed up when I let other people play yellow. That's my problem. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out on the stream. Any final thoughts, words, anything?
No, I just want to say thank you so much for the support today. It was insane. You guys are so generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting along. Thanks for yeah, all the support. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thanks for the reminding me about my upgrade card. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next stream. Bye.
Bye.